Mini shekels, sorry. Sorry. Shit, this is gonna get loud. Look at the computer. Now look at the wall. Now look at the computer. Now look at the back of the wall. Look at the wall. Look at the computer. Look at the computer. Look at the wall. Look at the wall. Look at it. Fuck. Sorry. Sorry, guys. Sorry. Sorry. Apparently, I'm still more tired from my goddamn NRA trip than I thought. Stop looking at my crotch. Oh, nope. Don't even start with me, motherfucker. There you go. Sorry. Sorry. Oh. Yeah, I don't know why, but I woke up just now. So, I apologize. We're going to run 88 hours longer just to make up for it. How are you? How was your trip? It was good until I got back, and then it turns out tired. Got my Chinese food sitting on the floor. Just kidding, I don't have a dog yet. Put your pants on. Nah, I don't think so. Pants are for those people that have a lot more time on their hands than I do. I don't have enough time on my hands to wear pants. I ain't got time to pant. That's what I say. What is up, Middletown Training? What is going on? I have pants on. Look, pantalones. I don't know whose pants they are. Goose would pay. Yeah, Goose would pay. Although then, is that you, Jim, or is that Travis? How was your drive? The drive back was actually uneventful. The drive down, I was still already tired. Travis in the house, Middletown Training, guys. Check them out. They've been growing their channel. Also, that's the range I've been using to help bring you guys some freaking range videos. So check them out. CCW classes, personal protection training, plates, paper. I'm trying to. I mentioned to Travis that if he lets me shoot the signal launcher, that I'll shoot it into his lake. Let you know next time. I'll go with you. Oh, I didn't even think about that. I didn't think you'd want to go. I'm sorry about that. I didn't even think about that, Travis. And then you guys watched as I did that really terrible freaking live stream on the way back. Thank you, Travis. Am I looking pretty? Do I look awake? Oh. But I got a nice jar of well, this is technically a jar, but it's more of a bottle. But I got a bottle of red water and some pills. Thank you very much for forgiving me, Travis. Oh man, I did have a good time though, and we'll talk a little bit about it. Oh Jesus, you didn't. You did not, Goose. It was a joke. Travis, you may need to avert your eyes, especially if you have young children. Well, that's going to be for the last hour, Goose. I can't do it and then take them off. And I'm so tired. Let me get awake, okay? I know everybody wants to laugh. I promise you I'll put them on a little bit. I told you Goose would pay. Of course you did. Or at least let me get to the next hour, okay? I'll put them on. I'll wait them, wear them for it. Yeah, no, I'm joking. No, I'll do it. No, you said put them on. I'll put them on. Let's face it. I think it's hilarious. It helps the views, and they feel funny. Go buy dinner. Dude, I am so much just trying to wake up, my guy. Oh. Man, that sleep caught me. We'll talk about that. Do I get the chocolate? No. Apparently, they tried to deliver it, even though the business said it wasn't open, and they tried delivering it twice, and I think it's on its way back to you. At least from what I can tell. Unless they're outside my door. Hang on a second. Shit. Holy shit, Michael. It was inside my door. They left a note the other day, and then they put it inside my door. Damn, I'll check. No, here. Patislav Juva. Kanefa. Dude, this just looks really expensive. How'd they get in? So they stuck it between my door and my other door. So I'm hoping that they didn't actually just leave it in there, and hopefully it didn't get too hot. No, there's no such thing as real Glock. Glock can't hurt you, bud. Oh, yeah. If you eat what he sent you, you got to eat what I sent you. I don't know if it's going to be safe to eat this one. No, nobody had a master key. Did I get into gooning and lost track of time? My Mexican, I will tell you right now, bro. I laid down. I was open all day, and then I laid down for a minute, and here we are. You've got a master key. Let's see what happens. I might have ruined this chocolate. Still smells good. Wait a minute. I can't read that. Dude, even when it... Oh, I thought it said expired. Look how small the text is on this thing. I don't either, but if it was me, I'd never sell you no chocolate if you don't eat it. No, I'm going to give it a shot. It smells okay. It just smelled different. It just got a little melty on one side. It's still good. It's still good. It's just a little airborne. It's still good. It's still good. Oh my God. Dude, even melted? Holy shit. This is probably the best chocolate I've ever had. I think my mouth just had an orgasm. Okay, that's enough. Holy shit. I'm gonna put this in the freezer. No, I'm gonna put it right here. Dude, I'm gonna do some bad stuff to that chocolate if I try to eat that all at once. Wait till I show you. Dude, it gets... Sorry, Stone. You send me something like that, I will eat that all day long. I will eat that. I'll eat the booty, but I will not eat the fish. Also, why are you so close to me? Back the fudge up. Back to front door. Jesus is king. Yeah, he's a pretty good guy. No, that three little that little bit that I ate. Oh my God, this stuff is rich as fudge. If you ever had like a really good cheesecake or really good pie or anything like that, oh wow. And that's after it melted. Sorry, not allowed to touch go. Yep. Angelo, what is going on? Yep. Dubai chocolate. Oh my God. Now I know why they don't need liquor. If it wasn't so hot over there, I'd live there. Bro didn't even try to say my name. Dude, I don't say people's names. I just ask you, repeat your question. That looks like it sounds good. Dude, like that little bit I bit off at the first, which didn't even have the pistachio stuff in there. The chocolate was so creamy that I wasn't expecting it. Yeah. Michael, I'll have to talk to you, man. Send me an email, dude. I gotta send you freaking some money for that shipping. I didn't realize you paid so much. That's what this is, Stone. This is Nafi. It's 200 grams, dude. I could do like some dirty shit to this chocolate. Luckily, I wasn't wearing the boobs because it'd have been boing. What's this live about? I scroll through, but Americans do all different stuff and can't work out what this is. Well, if you stay on long enough, I'm going to be wearing fake breasts in a while. They're very expensive. Yeah, no shit. Holy crap. That's worth almost like 20 minutes of boob time. Jeez. Yeah. I'm telling you, man. I don't normally goof on chocolate, but yeah. Seen a lot of folks do a lot of things for 200 grams. Dude, you give me 200 grams of $100 bills, and you might get me to do something a little bit funky. So when did I start? 10 minutes ago? Shit. So I'm also running late. Oh, God. So I'm going to stay up late. Yeah, for the last hour, or do I need... I mean, Goose, you already got the pictures. Do you need me to put them on now? I'm not putting on the full bodysuit. I'll put them on underneath this. That'll just really throw motherfuckers off. Seeing lots of folks do lots of things for 200 grand. Yep. Be careful with them boobs tonight, Joe. My stream starts in an hour 15. We usually have 100-ish folks I redirect. Oh, really? How do you freaking live stream and mod for me? Jesus Christ. That would actually be really hilarious. What, to wear the boobs underneath this shirt? Be a little bit tight. Everybody wants me to wear my boobs tonight. Well, Joe, it's Saturday. Screw you. I'm doing my stream. Oh, that's right. I totally forgot what day it is because I'm so tired. I'm so tired. When I'm about to cross-dress while I'm tired, I may say stuff that I shouldn't. Someone get rid of Jack Carr, please. Jack Carr is just one big jack off. Rooster, a suppressor and silencer are the exact same thing. If you look at the patent for a suppressor, it's actually called a silencer on the patent or the original trademark. What booth did you visit? Daniel, what's going on, son? I went to a lot of them, and I royally messed up, and I forgot to go to Fusion Firearms. I did a lot of stuff, and I was only there. So let me take you through the story of the week. Okay, so Wednesday, I left here at 8 o'clock. My goal was I would drive straight through. It wound up being 10 hours. I kept saying it was in Athens. It was actually in Atlanta, which is another 90 minutes from Athens. Basically, it was like, hey, I'm in Georgia. Wait, I got to keep driving into Georgia. So I get to Atlanta, and it's really good night. If you've never been to Atlanta, downtown Atlanta is actually really nice in the ground level area. Below ground, it looks like the setting for Batman Beyond. Holy shit. What happened to your left eye? Absolutely nothing. It's the right one that's all fucked up. Thank you, though. Dude, why would you do that, Jackson? Why would you do that? I love you. That's fine. So I drive down, 10-hour drive. I stop a couple of times on the way down. I'm running late, dude. I'm tired as shit. I was waiting for stuff to happen, so I drive down there. I stop, but I stopped. I wind up getting down there Thursday at almost 2. That's how long my drive took because I fucked up. I stopped and had to sleep for like a few hours. So I sleep for a few hours, get down there on Thursday. Instead of going down there and only having 2 hours at the convention on Thursday, I went ahead and got a hotel room, stayed down there, went to the convention center on Friday morning, got there, and holy shit, what a cool place. I'd never been to one of these gun shows before. And it's a pretty interesting place. Atlanta's convention center is like multi-level. but because of the way the building is designed, because of the way half of Atlanta is designed for some reason, it's almost like, you ever see that episode of Futurama where they show how New York has old New York underneath it, and it's so covered in trash and shit that they just kept building up. It looks like Atlanta's just building a new level and everything else is underground because it's all destroyed. Every week, usually 80 to 100. Not my channel. I'm just on panel. Oh, got you, dude. You can pick the coins out of your... okay, thank you. That's a gun show behind you right there. Dude, it's a pretty cool wall. I'll admit that. And we'll go over the guns up there before too long. I forgot to put a rifle or anything up there because I was 14 minutes late to my own gosh darn live stream. So I get there. NRA members got in for free. If you weren't a member, you could go anyways. It was $10 for a 3-day pass, which... good reference for that description. Thank you. We don't use guns, just swords and knives. You still kill just as many people as we do, Scotland. But that's okay. That's not right. The fact that you typed it that way kind of proves that you shouldn't own guns. 3. But I get there, and I hit a few booths right away. I got to meet the owner of EAA. His name is Keith. Badass dude, man. Like, if you ever get a chance to go to one of these conventions and he happens to be at one of them, holy shit, what a cool dude. Gave me a keychain, one of their prototype keychains. We're looking at all the different guns out there. I showed him what I did to the influencer, and he thought it was cool. He's showing me their cool stuff, like they have their multicolor PVD 1911s. Lightning won today watching the Toronto and Ottawa game. I got no affiliation with either of those teams. Now I just need the Avalanche to win, and my day will be great. I don't know what any of that means. I don't know if that's football, baseball, women's, bocce ball. It's okay. So I start walking through and I start going to all the different booths. As an FFL. With my store, I want to be able... NHL. I don't know what that means. I start walking through and I talk... I'm just kidding. I know that is National Hummingbird League. I stop at Kimber. Pretty goddamn cool. Hey, Pistol Pete, what's going on? What's up, brother? Not much, Pistol Pete. In about an hour and a half, I'm going to be wearing ginormous fake boobs on live stream, so come back if you're just cruising around. So I go over to the Kimber booth, and I'm talking to the reps from Kimber, taking a look at the 2K11, actually putting my hands on it. What a great freaking company. Their guns are friggin' amazing. So I actually got a bunch of business cards for marketing as well as for the YouTube side. So I'm going to be contacting a lot of guys, hopefully getting some help with getting review stuff. So Kimber's freaking awesome. I go over to the Glock booth. I go up to the Glock rep and I say, hey, I got this. Does this get me anything? And she laughs. So, I think I got a shot, especially when she sees the boobs. You just lost the game. I don't lose the game, bro. If you knew the point behind this, you'd be laughing your ass off. I got to check out Nemesis Arms Response Rifle, which is pretty damn amazing. They're bolt action where you can just put a different bolt in it and then it becomes a left-handed gun. That's a pretty cool one. Went through the Taurus booth. Literally, Taurus and SAR or Sarshamals, they're both better. Hey, what's up, DJ? Thank you for all the best. I appreciate that. Tell her I said hi. I couldn't really hang out in the live today. Kimber's awesome. Wait to tell McManus. Yeah, it's weird that I'm eating a 1-pound chocolate bunny. No, dude, you need to get some it's good chocolate. So their booth was really cool. CZ, I went over to the Dan Wesson. Dan Wesson, CZ, and Colt were all they had the same block of things in there. So I'm talking to them and I'm looking at their guns, looking at the drop safe CZ Shadow 2 carry. Really cool. Somebody's filming a video on the end where all the pistols were. I don't know if I'm going to be appearing in the background of that video, but I am holding a TSO and talking to one of their reps. And I told them they're very aerodynamic. If you know, you know. That was fun. But back to the EAA guy. So he tells me about how I need to get a Librador, which is their regard, their Spanish regard. The gun show, Mike, tells me about some upcoming models that I don't know if I can talk about, so I'm not going to. Let me just say that he and I have the same feelings when it comes to staccato, which makes us both laugh. Think about it. So checked out the staccato booth. Meh, they don't have anything really new. Was it a TSO2 that you were holding? It was a Tactical Sport 2 orange. They had the blues and all that too, but I was holding the TS2. Winchester booth, I went over there, but since they're not based out of up north anymore, they're what, in Montana, Nevada, Omaha. I can't remember where they are. Favorite Western weapon, the computer. Um, so I went and talked with them. I got to meet John McClain from Rock Island. If you know who John McClain is, he's their like lead marketing guy as well as a shooter for Team Rock Island. Pretty cool dude, pretty solid dude. Met with Dr. Lou, who's one of the CEOs over there. I did talk to them, and they had the same things. Is they agreed with me. I told them the MC2 is heavily underrated. How does it feel compared to the TSL? It feels a little bit better. It's cool. Yeah, so I told Mossberg their guns are underrated, and they agreed with me. They're not doing any more development or anything on it. Stone, I said in the mini live I did yesterday, they're not making a threaded barrel variant of the P10 in 45, so you might as well just buy the one in 45 and be done with it. Liked and subscribe because I support all gay streamer. Thank you, sweetie. In about an hour and a half, you're gonna see how gay I really am. Chicken jockey. Don't know what that means. So they were cool. Back to Rock Island. So I meet with Dr. Lou. He's a really cool dude. He contacted me after the whole using my video without my permission thing, and we spoke, and I finally got to meet the dude. Really cool dude. They just don't want to put development money into it, they said. And the aftermarket will come up with one, they said. So Dr. Lou and I talked for a little bit. I'm talking with John. Dr. Lou introduces me back to John and tells him what our story was. So that was kind of cool. I don't support lesbians. They don't let me play. So we're talking a little bit. I tell him how one of my most popular videos on this channel has 570,000 views, and it's the Rock Island BBR 310. I'm like, yeah, I love the BBR, the Warthog clone. And John just kind of rolled his eyes, and he's like, oh, I hate that pistol. I thought that was funny. Why do you have so many guns? I don't know. Far out in the house. Okay, Farut. So that was a good experience. Ruger, had a fun time talking with them. I did the exact same comment as streamer pastor, and he timed me out and he began reading me Psalms to cast the demons out of me. Whatever. Demons are fun. That's when you get a cross-dressing YouTuber with guns. See you in about an hour and 30 minutes. So we had some fun there. The Canic booth, again, no real guns coming down the pipeline. One of the big old knockers coming back. Goose paid for them, but they're going to start at about 10 o'clock because so far they paid $100 for 1 hour. Let me just verify. Yep, 1 hour. So they'll be coming back. About an hour, big guy. RG Brady is an OG. Oh, did somebody kick out Brady? Yeah, Brady. Brady is cool. Hey, Hannah, what's going on? Hi, noted. Oh, Hannah's going to be coming back for the boobies. Do I got a deagle? No, but I looked at a $6,000 one at the show. What do I think about the 43X? It's fine. I'm not a Glock guy. Just plain and simple. So who else did I go to that was really important? So Ruger, talking to them. We talked about the RXM for a little while. Had a good time. Talked to a lot of people there at the Ruger booth. Just removed the comment. Gotcha. You still alive, Brady? Yeah, he's all right. Why do you have so many guns? Because guns are fun. I guess they did it when you weren't looking, Brady. Went over to the which other booths did I really spend some time at? SIG. I talked to the SIG guys. I was talking to them. I was trying to get a 226 reserve out of them for a review. They said no. I wanted to. Wait, is this Jesus? Jesus doesn't cross-dress, so no, probably not, sweetie. So I went and talked to them. In terms of swag, I'm not a swag guy. Like, it's stickers and little pamphlets and stuff. I got a bag or two. No worries, we don't always notice names. Sometimes we hit the wrong folks. Yep. How bad was the tasing? Didn't get tased, bro. It's a gun store. Yeah, he has an okay amount of guns. No, I don't know what a 1911 is, car guy. Sorry. Did not serve. What do you think of the Colt SP1? Pawn shop near me has a pre-band one that I'm thinking about. Pre-band ones are cool. It all depends on the price. You don't want to get too expensive. I've seen them running for as little as $1,000, like really solid ones. So, respond to my question. Get rid of. You're fine. I just need sheet. So, all right. So now onto the meat and potatoes. I went over to the Tisas booth. 1400. It better be really nice for 1400. Just because it's a pre-band doesn't matter. Pre-bands, they're worth some money, but it's still a Colt. There's lots of them. So back to the story. I actually went and talked to Trent. What's up? I just got a 6-hour P365 Rose. Nice pickup, Michelle. Marking's a little worn stuff. I wouldn't, if it's, especially if it's a pawn shop, if they're selling it for 14, they probably can sell it for 1,000. Tisas, SDS. I walk up to the booth. Jared is standing there with a bunch of people. I say, hey, I'm here to talk to Jared. Jared gets Jared's attention. Stick out my hand and go, hey, I'm the pain in the ass. And he laughs a little bit. He turns around, sees the name on my shirt. Says, oh, I know exactly who you are, Joe. And we actually had almost a 40-minute conversation, 35-minute conversation. So it's kind of like the Marine Raider Brigade. No, I have not. I've never known about it. Mods, read the chat. Just above Stone. Love my CZ Scorpion. Yep, nice. So, anyways, he and I we talked, right? We talked for about, I'm going to tell this story while I do something. So we talked for about 20 minutes about all the stuff that I'd been talking to him about on live for a long time. And I think we came to an understanding about a lot of things, and he told me some stuff that I can't really remember if he said I could tell you about. Yeah, give me a second. Well, he told me about how many people he talks with every single day and how many people, he interacts with. Don't know what you're talking about, but needless to say, I'm getting there. Shut up. What are you hearing? You're not hearing anything. You shut up. No, you shut up. And we talk about how I want to modify my guns. And he was agreeing with me about how it's a good idea. And he actually encourages the people that he sends guns to modify their weapons and have fun with them. So when he did that, that was kind of like an approval, which I really liked. The fuck? Hold on. I might be putting them on. Calm down. It's easier when you're wearing a different top, he says. Maybe I am having trouble. You don't know. I need longer arms. Oh, for fuck's sake. All right. I'm coming back. Don't worry. Ain't nobody safe tonight. Hold on. I can't read. Okay. Mechanic makes good guns. Definitely putting it on. I might be putting them on. All right, let's go over the guns on the wall really quick. That took a lot out of me. That's what I say. Got a full-size Glock of some make. I think that's 17. Yeah, I put my boobs on like every other crosshair. Oh, there's another Glock. Springfield Operator 1911 45 ACP. Smith & Wesson Metal 2.0 Comp. Nice gun. Smith & Wesson Bodyguard 2.0 380 ACP. Interesting gun. CZ-P09. CZ Clone in the Tanfolio Witness. My CZ-P01 with Magwell. My SIG P320 X5 Legion. Springfield Echelon with the Sharps Bros metal frame and a big-ass optic of the Mechanic MO3. Oh, they're on, dude. Gerson Influencer X. Car Auto Ordnance 1911. Beretta M92 Ghost. SIG 229 DAC. Glock 19M. And the HK VP9 with the match weight comp. Let me guess. One of those guns is made out of cake, and we have to guess. No, because I'm not allowed to pick them up and eat them even if they were. Yeah, you get an hour, but the hour is at the end. What is the 19M? Good question, Farut. Far out? Is it Far Out or Farut? I don't want to mispronounce your name, but I also don't want to give you credit where it's not due. The 19M is the FBI variant of Glock 19. Has extended slide locks. Has a mag rip cut in the front like the 19X does. Has no front slide serrations, even though it's a Gen 5. No 2011s. My Gerson 2011 is out getting stippled right now. Like Far Out, dude. Okay, Far Out. Thank you. Just bought a flamethrower from Palmetto State. How should I test it for the first run? Make sure you get the mixture right. You want to add a little bit of diesel in with the gas. That'll make it shoot farther. The gel will go farther. Dude, I just wanted to put them on and be ready for it, but needless to say, this is I'm sweating like a, what is it? I'm sweating like a nun in a sailor outpost. Show me your best gun. Well, it's technically the left one, but 2011 is a different feel. I love it. Yes, it definitely is. 2011s are very good. I also find it funny that those are demanding I wear them. I don't know. I think women of ill repute are actually allowed in church. Thank God it's not too hot in here. Otherwise, this would be really bad when I take these off. Take it off. Take the top off. What are your thoughts on the Para Ordnance 1445? It's a double stack. I think it's 2011 or 1911. I love it. Technically, it's a 1911, Michael. So Para Ordnance created the double stack 1911, the high capacity 1911. STI created the 2011 by taking a double stack 1911 and making the grip module removable. Out of the 2011s I've handled or reviewed, is one your favorite? So far, the one I like the most has been fine, sweating like a snitch in a gangster party. Yeah, probably. My STI Grandmaster and 38 Super has been my favorite. Why are there guns behind you? I'd be more worried about what's in my shirt. Boom, boom, boom. Now that it's on, it's feeling okay, but I am not feeling great. And technically behind me is that way. You should say to my right. Explicit. Match X or Mac 9 Comp or XP Pro. I'm getting an XP Pro sent to me. I need to test it. Right now, of those three, the only one I have is the Match X. Yes, my STI Grandmaster is in 38 Super. However, for a couple of $100, I can buy an extra true bore barrel that needs to be fitted to the gun, and I might do that. Best Nerf gun. I haven't played with Nerf in so long, I don't know. I like the sniper rifle Snurfs. Did I just call them Snurfs? So how many of you want to see what's underneath my shirt? None of you. Okay, great. Can you have a 1911? I don't know. Have you been a good boy? Did you do all your homework? Do you have the ability to go to your local FFL and give them some of your hard-earned cash and ask them for one of their in-stock 1911s? If you said yes to all of those, you're good to go. Hey, wait a minute. Just pointed 38 Super anyways. I've seen them a lot more. 38 Super was created as a round for competition. So 4 minutes, Brady. In 4 minutes, I'll take off the coat. What's under the shirt? You're going to see in 4 minutes, kids. Yeah, no spambling. Spambling is bad for you. Stone, message McManus, because he needs to be disturbed again. Can you break down what macro means in the SIG X P365 X macro? So the P365 is what's known in the industry as a micro compact. So the macro is a bigger version of the P365. So a standard one is considered a micro 9. The macro is a 17 round frame and 3.5, 3.3 inch barrel. And if you get the fuse, it's even bigger. What's the best handgun you own? My 1911s. Have you seen one of those Aussie 1911s that are basically a 45 neck down to 38? I have not, Spartan. I'll have to check that out. Joe, what's for dinner? Jason says, what's for dinner? It's in my shirt. That's what's for dinner. That's why I'm not showing you guys yet. Also, my facial hair is a lot thicker than it was during the last time I did this. So it's going to look even worse. Remember, you only get an hour, and then the jacket goes back on. How is dropping the slide on an empty chamber bad for the gun? Jeffrey, thank you for the question. Dropping the slide on an empty chamber can technically be bad for the gun. Modern firearms with modern construction and good parts are less likely to experience problems with doing that. Masato Ayub made his video and he did the every time he dropped on an empty chamber. And to be fair, because the chances are not zero, I agree that if you're just doing it for schmitz and giggles or you think it looks cool, maybe you could possibly damage the gun. But there's things like the extractor could get damaged, although not really. They say firing pins. They say there's a lot of things that could get damaged from the slide slamming home without something to cushion the slide going home. In my opinion, that's a bunch of crap. Bro, not again. I don't know what you're talking about, Woody. Thank you, sir. Also a snug feeling gun, but my hands are big. The X macro. Yep, there you go. What do you think of the Sphinx handgun? Tyler, I like it, man. I have one, or technically I had one. I gave it to a buddy as a gift. Okay, finally, I like this live. Hey, Red Pill, what's going on? Let's talk wheel guns. What's the biggest caliber you have, own, or shot? I've got a 460 Smith & Wesson Magnum, and that was my favorite revolver. I do everything for schmitz and giggles. Thanks for the info. You're welcome, Jeffrey. Kahoot 460. So it's actually 460 Smith & Wesson. It's not 460 Roland, so it's a slightly different cartridge. It's much more power. The gun that it comes out of is the X frame, which is the same as the 500 Smith & Wesson. The 460 Smith & Wesson can fire any 45 rimmed cartridge, so it can shoot 454 Casull, 45 Long Colt, 45 Auto Rim, 455 Webley. It can shoot any 45 caliber with a rimmed cartridge. Glock 17 Gen 5 is your carry. Not a bad choice if you're just looking for protection. It'll definitely do you. What'll do you? It'll do the job. Also, this shirt is probably not going to be tight enough to really show off the boobs, but one more minute. You've only paid for an hour, so you get 1 hour. So keep that in mind. Would you rather... What the hell is with people trying to make that joke? It's because I blocked the N-word in the chats, and you guys think you're being funny. F&N 510 10 millimeter. It's an okay gun. I don't recommend the FN series, the 5 series. I apologize, but they've been proving that their material for their polymer is not solid. Is 2011 in 9mm or 45? 45. It's normally in 9mm there, son. You got the 510, you like it. Yeah, it's yours for some reason hasn't exploded. But yeah, typically you're going to see 2011s in 9mm because they're technically designed for competition that way. Why do you have guns? Oh, you mean... Hold on. I'm going to do this in a Dr. Evil kind of way. Dude, I can barely get my hand around. Yeah. Don't worry. It's going to look good, I think. Definitely need the bra. You mean these guns? It's a gun store. It's a gun show. Sorry, it's cold in here. Now, everybody that's seeing this right now, don't react. I want people to come in and not understand what's going on. There we go. So, if you want to get one of my Jiminy Show shirts, dude, another slept-on gun is a Kel-Tec Sub 2000. Folds and turns into a new beast. It's all right. What was the result of your meeting with Tisas? I actually stopped playing. It's fine. They're safe. So I guess I should probably do this a little bit. There you go. You like hiking, fishing? It's a beast. Yeah. So Tisas, ignore the boobs. So Tisas and I had a nice long conversation. You look just like my stepsister. Thank you. I had a Kel-2. It was okay. I sold it. So Jared and I talked for a long time. They explained to me what his theory was with my Tisas, my Night Stalker. I'm not going to get into it because I'm going to need to ask him if he says it's okay for me to talk about it. I will. That's the problem. Bob from Flight Cub. Pretty much. Oh, that's why my neck felt weird. This is all curly. It's fine. It's fine. Don't worry about it. It's my necklace. At least it ain't pearl. Yeah. God damn. Hold on a second. My name is not Robert Paulson. There we go. Sorry, some days you just have to fix the boob. But yeah, we talked about it for about 30 minutes, 45 minutes. And at the end of it, I think we have an understanding. I did tell him what my goals are. My waiter in North Hollywood. You betcha, Jeff. My cold. Yeah, cats. I don't know what to tell you. This is why I was wearing the bikini last time. Where are we going? That way. Hello. Thank you. Where was I? I'm distracted by my own boobs. Yeah. So we're gonna work together. I'm gonna get a Gen 2 Night Stalker and do some stuff with it. There we go. $1911 transition to 9 and like to be referenced as a 2011 double stack. Yep. What's the purpose of the boobs? To make money. Just like any other thing in life. They actually look a lot more reasonable in this shirt now that I'm looking at myself. Guess what year my camera was made? I have no idea. I bet you already have 3 Night Stalkers. No, I had one and I sold it to a buddy because I wasn't happy with it. And we talked about it and they're going to be sending me one just so I can check it out. Not very many, dude. So I'm not wearing the bikini right now, but... So... What do you mean to make money? People pay me to wear these, Milana. You tip that? Thank you. What do you think of High Point wanting to make AR-15s? I'm all for it. Hello, everyone. Hope all is well. What's under the shirt is a 2025 double stack. Pretty much. I'm a YouTuber with cans and guns and cans. Some people have a gun rack. I have a shirt rack. You can air rack? Probably, but we call that motorboating. Be careful jogging. No, we don't go jogging like that. It was made in the 50s. What was made in the 50s? Hey, Aramex. Do you know any good lever action rifles? Yes. Henry makes good lever actions. Winchester makes good lever actions. Ruger Marlin, good stuff. That High Point X not jamming. Let's talk about it. And we got rails now. Which High Point X? Is Goose even still here? No idea, but he's got special pictures. He's paid the most out of anybody. And if I'll wear him till he comes back. Having gynecomastia surgery this coming winter to have my man tits removed. I'd look into it, brother. Nah, dude, I like my man tits. My man tits make me feel good. I even said I'd get real ones if somebody paid for them. Plus, you guys are getting a kick out of it, and that's half the fun. Although, since I'm not wearing the bikini, nobody wants to come in here. Do you have any advice on the British Army cadets? What about them? Oh, your camera was made in the 50s. Nice. I was looking at the Ed Smith & W lever at PSA. It's probably cheaper in RSR, Stone. Just see if it's in there. You customized the DB15 CCB, and now it's a beast. Awesome. I have an old 32 that was apparently a Nazi's boot gun at one point. Quite a fun little thing. Nice. $6,000 to have a flush flat chest. And interesting, it's about $8,000 to get this. Besides a pistol, what's a good truck gun? Sawed-off shotgun. Just kidding. 590 Shockwave is a good one. I'm in the cadets and I need help with the SA-80. Oh, I'm sorry, dude. I don't know anything about that platform because we don't have them here. A sub 2K Smith & Wesson FPC, the folding pistol caliber. The LC Ruger in 45 or 10. Am I a trumper? I'm wearing fake tits on the live stream. I don't think I am. I'm in the cadets and I need help. Yep. How many guns? I like how many grits. Yeah, that one at $1,500 in store. Oh, gotcha. Yeah, I guess that's what it was. I figured it by the DB15, so it's a Diamondback. Do you know about the SA? I've heard of them. I've never touched one. What's the Glock that folds? They don't make those anymore. That was manufactured by a company that used to buy them. So, what's the difference between a duty gun and a range toy? Pretty much right in the name, Ligma. Although some guns blur the lines, much like I blur the lines between you not having an erection and you having an erection right now. So a duty gun is like Staccato calls their guns good duty guns, but they're clearly not duty guns. They're clearly race guns in sheep's clothing. But a range toy is a gun you just take to the range only. You never use it, and you don't see anybody using them in the line of duty. Just bought a ton of ammo. It's the best way to keep it all organized at home. In the boxes they came in. Otherwise, get some ammo cans and just put the boxes in them. Yeah. This man don't miss in the heat of battle. Dude, this gets everybody's attention. You're like, stop, don't shoot me. And then you take them out. Have you handled any of the new PSA H&R reproduction rifles? I have not. I would be interested. Ever owned any Chinese AKs? Yes, I had an Norinco for a while. I sold it. Stop, my baby is just getting grown up. Duty guns are guns that you absolutely trust with your life. Range toys are something that you'll only really take out to the range. See, I don't actually agree with that, Red Pill, because my my SIG 320, I don't carry that as a duty gun, but it's 100% reliable. It has been for me. I wouldn't carry it as a duty gun. TSOs, Shadow 2s, competition-style pistols, a good one can be 100% reliable, and I still wouldn't carry it. And, yeah, so I don't really agree with that. Duty guns, yeah, so... Best pocket carry that's cheaper. Smith & Wesson Bodyguard 380. It's actually pretty solid. You have stuff that's over 100 years old in your bedroom. So do I. It's my great-great-great-great-grandmother's vibrator. Big Bertha. Yeah, you know what it's about. When I'm wearing a regular shirt, these don't look nearly as bad as they did last week. You can leave that up. Oh, he retracted it. Yep. Difference between Russian AKs and the other I really want to understand. Materials. The Norincos, supposedly the metal used for Norinco guns, their 1911s, SKS, AK platform stuff, is made from using the steel from melting down railroad tracks, which is a very dense metal because it's designed to last a long-ass time. So, yes, 380 and comes with a beam built in. Nice. Have you ever shot the Rock Island Baby Rock 45? Yes. One of the most popular videos on this channel was the BBR. It's a lot to hold. 45 caliber 3-inch barrel. You know, it's kind of like when you walk up and you're like, this is a lot to hold. Yeah, yeah, it's a handful. Paul, what's up? Is that the two? Is that's the 2.0 bodyguard? Yes, up there at the very big, very top up there because I didn't have time. I overslept, so I didn't grab a rifle. Is the that one up there? Is the Smith and Wesson Bodyguard 2.0? I know how to play the audience. Most non-Russian AKs are stamp receiver instead of milled. Yeah, there you go. Good evening. How are you from the Demon Hole, Dearborn, Michigan? Steve, I am. Hey, Steven. Can you enlighten me on the judge who gave his pistol to MS-13 and they had suppressors? What kind of term is he looking at in prison? I have not followed that case. I barely read about it. It's not a good thing to, even if you believe that all laws are an infringement, and they are, especially those that say that I'm the only one that can do this, I believe that you need to play within the rules if you want to make change. Completely fighting everything that's going on does not get change into the system. Out of the double stack 1911s, not including 2011s, what's the best one? Para Ordnance 1445. Spartan, he said not including 2011s. That's a 2011. Yeah, Para Ordnance is double stacks. Rock Island is a very close second because they're very much Para Ordnance guns. They actually have full interchangeability with Para Ordnance, so. If you look at the rivets on an AK, depending on what country it's made in, it will be in different places. Also, on Yugo, they have 3 vent hole on the handguard instead of the usual 2 vent holes. Interesting, sir. Any Hellcats, and give us a quick review. How do you feel about them? I like their sights, and that motherfricker is loud. The Hellcat is a perfectly solid gun. I've used them on the range. I haven't owned one for personal use yet. If I ever do, I'll let you know. But they are little flashbangs. Any Micro 9 is basically a flashbang in disguise. They will actually do that. Yeah, see, if I'm not wearing a bikini, like you guys cruising through or not actually, I might have it. Hold on. I don't know if this is going to work. Especially since... Oh, there we go. I don't know if you can see me in there. Hang on a second. Because of the undershirt or the overshirt, this might not look right, but we'll try it. No, don't pull them up. Put them on the glass, girl. Dude, they're so big, my shirt is resting on them. That is weird. Yeah, this might get me in trouble. This might. Oh, I got a better shirt to put on her. Hold on a second. I'm getting there. That's what she said when she saw me. This is an awkward night. Not gonna lie. It's an awkward night. So, here's a better shirt, I think. Oh, we finna get the full show. Yeah. There you go. that better? There you go. Yo! Yeah, he did it. Your boy did it. I love your show, Jiminy. Thank you. Have you ever actually showed them? These ones aren't real. They're just fakies, man. I'm just trying to throw everybody's game off today. It's a Saturday night, and I'm trying to make y'all feel weird about being, you know, mildly aroused. 228, that was never civilian issued. I've been offered quite a bit of money for it. That's awesome. Red Pill has got some fun stuff, apparently. Ooh, they're putting classic movies on Max. How old are you? Old enough to know better. You can go on Amazon and see them. Yep. Have you ever actually showed them? Nope. What do you think about SIG 1911? SIG 1911s are decent. Look, somebody paid me to do this, and I am not a welcher. So I will do what's required of me. And y'all are just jealous that I can pull this off and you can't. You are an American, but absolutely do not care for 45. You don't have to care for 45. A lot of people don't. It's fine. You'll be all right. I mean, you're wrong, but you'll be all right. Vibes on the shirt. This is too funny. So I bought a bunch of boxes of things at a auction, and this was in there. There's also a Mountain Dew one and some other ones. You feel like your 47 is just, well, technically Curtis, it is a Glock 17. It was their compromise. In fact, when they came out with the 47, they actually killed the 17 MOS. You can't buy one new. You can only buy them used. So, vibes. Yeah, if I had a lighter shirt, this would have gone off well. But hey, you know what? You guys are horny, and that's all that matters, apparently. You guys paid for this. Although you only get 43 more minutes, and then I'm putting the shirt, the hoodie back on. Tell your friends some dude is doing this. Hit the like button, too. He knows all. No problem. Yeah, so the Glock 47 was built in conjunction with Texas Border Patrol and several other law enforcement agencies to have a full-size Glock that can also be converted into like the 19X. So they created the Glock 47. That's why it has such a long dust cover, so that it can use the shorter guide rod so that you can swap the top off of a 19 Gen 5 onto it. What category of guns do I like the best in terms of pistols? 1911s. You'd make a nice drag queen. Oh, I know, Milana. Do I like Hellcats? Hellcats are fine. Car more than the gun, but the Hellcat actually does serve its purpose in the Micro 9 world. It's less expensive than the SIG, while still being an effective gun. Yeah, people are actually leaving. They're all a bunch of pussies. You brought literally to qualify on your range day. Nice. I like the long facial hair. You like that? Isn't this even better? I could have shaved. I didn't think anybody would pay, so I didn't shave. Yeah, I'm not sad. I'm not sorry. You hit the like as soon as you joined. Thank you, guys. So to all of you that are just coming in here, I'm not explaining this. What I will explain to you is the fact that YouTube channels are run on engagement, likes, comments, both thumbs up and thumbs down. So the more you engage with the channel, let's say that you give me a like or you leave a comment or you do something fun like that, well, then that allows my channel to grow naturally. YouTube looks at the algorithm. They're like, okay, he's actually doing this and it's going well. Or if it gets no interaction, 2 people watch and nobody's commenting, things like that, then YouTube is like, oh, screw it. This guy doesn't need any promotion. And then I don't get promoted. And then I have to do stuff like this. So I haven't watched your range video yet. Did you take the PO9? I have not. I have not, and I'm not planning to, Stone. The gun is fine. I mean, I can for video sake, but I'm not. I've already got a couple of weeks worth ready to go. All around, what's your top 5, even if it's just a guess? Well, these are my top 2. But I didn't know they discontinued the 17. They didn't discontinue the 17 by itself. They discontinued the 17 MOS. It's actually a cool ass fact. Yep. So the 17 is still available, but you can't get it optics cut under new manufacturer. And that's, you know, Glock knowledge from a guy who doesn't like Glock. That's how I like to run it. Yeah, so they just discontinued the 17 MOS, not the entire line. So you can still get 17s because that's bread and butter for Glock. People know the Glock 17, they know the Glock 19, they know the Glock whatever's, 22s, 23s, 25s. Hello, Big Boss status. Oh, you took 27% APR for the V6 Charger. And that's monthly accruing because you put it on your food stamp card, right? What's up, Stucky? Glock 19 is trash. Don't at me. Dude, all Glocks are trash. Don't at me. Have you ever played Forza Horizon 4? Yes. Well, the Glock 19 isn't trash. It's just a smaller version. So, you know, a lot of people like the size. So. Yeah. No, this isn't doing the engagement I expected it to tonight. Oh, shit. You know what's happening? I think it got pulled off of my... For some reason... Jeff. Thank you, Jeff Elliott. Appreciate that. Let me go to this. I think I know what's happening right now. One of the big reasons it's not getting promoted is because I accidentally monetized the live stream. No, we should be fine. My brain, my memory is insanely sharp. So my memory is sharp for a little few things. I'm a Glock fan, and I've been a Glock fan for the last 20 years. I respect Glock's hustle. I respect the reliability of their guns. I don't like their company. Not liking their company, as well as the fact that they don't innovate, makes me not like them. Like, I don't have to go to their booth at any SHOT Show or gun show because I can literally just go and look at the guns I have. They're all exactly the same. They don't do anything. The Elgo is off. What, your Elgato? Oh, hang on a second. I am wearing a shirt under this, but you never know if you get too much of the nerp flopping out. Tiggle bitties. Yep. Glock is too expensive for what it is, in my opinion. $50, I'll switch to the bikini top. Somebody get this man an award. Thank you. Glocks are still better than the SIG P320, the Go Boom by itself gun. No. They're not better, they're just less likely to kill you. How heavy are those things? They weigh like 12 pounds. So, actually, they weigh more than that. They might be the same weight for a real person. If I could get one for like $200 to $300, I'd probably buy it. Keep your eyes open then, Stone. You just committed to buying a Glock, so now I have to find you one. M&P is a beast too. They went through torture tests and say flaws. Yes, the M&P is an extremely reliable gun. If anybody asks me what gun can keep up with Glock, I would definitely put the M&P in that group. I have a Glock, but prefer other manufacturers for the money. There you go. Man, you say Glock is trash, and I see that Glock sitting up there. Yeah, because I own a gun store, and Glocks sell, unfortunately. Do you think learning a trade is going to be very valuable in 10 years? Yes, because trades are one of the things that never really take the same depression hit unless you're in, like, construction or electrical, things like that. But mechanical work, especially with upcoming markets and with financial crisis is going to be coming, people are going to need things fixed because they're not going to be able to just replace them. I've seen you showed how see-through the Glocks are. I didn't know that. No problem, Deccan. That is true. I got my Glock Gen 5 brand new for about $560. And that's fine, but it's also $560. An Echelon is $540, and it's much more modular, has a lot more... has a better feel to it, better trigger. A Canic is like $400 and they're optics ready, $440 and they're optics ready. So, Glock 43X or Hellcat Pro? Hellcat over the 43X. So Glock reliability, but SIG, in my opinion, is just all around. Yeah, I'm an apprentice plumber and already make $30 an hour. Exactly. So it's not going to be a place where people can just. It's not like right now where you break your TV, you buy another TV, or you break your dishwasher, you just pay somebody to put in a new dishwasher. So You love the Echelon. Yep, they are nice. Apparently, YouTube made record profits even though we're in a downturn and a bit of a recession. So, $50, I'll switch to a bikini top. They actually have innovated, and why would you innovate something that's pretty perfect? The Glock Gen 5 gives you a marksman barrel, upgraded firing pin block, and a nice DLC coating. From my experience, actually, the Gen 5 coating is less reliable than the old coatings. The marksman barrel, so it took them 40 years to put in a barrel that the gun deserved. They're making you believe that they're upgrading the gun to give you something, even though they are doing something they should have done back in the Gen 2. Plumbing is where it's at if you're on the construction side of it. So like I said, I'm not saying that you're wrong about them being reliable. I always say that to people too. I tell people, if you want one gun, you don't want to do anything else, get a Glock. Glock will do it for you every day. I got a lot of demands for plumber and electricals. Yep. Mouse, what's up? We're wearing a slightly different shirt today. It's kind of pulling my boobs down. So I might have to switch over to the bikini top. Red. All right, man. I understand that you're very like constructive and that you want to engage. Don't tell people what they're doing wrong. Give suggestions and stuff. You're not the expert. Sorry, dude. I'm not going to be mean about it, but don't just come at people just because you're defending your position. Curtis, thank you. Glad you made it back safely. I'm not sure I did. I might still be down there. Make sure you gays hit the like button. Yes, please. If you're gay and you like titties, hit the like button. Where's Pistol Pete? He was in here earlier. What lasers do you prefer on a long slide gun? I actually don't like lasers on a long slide. Put thousands of rounds through a 320, never had a problem. No, and the vast majority of them don't. It's people being weird about them that cause the problem. And I know that sounds bad to put it like that, but that is the truth. It's an uninformed minority. $50 a piece for the bra. Nope, just $50 total, and I'll wear the bra for the rest of the time that I'm going to be wearing. Far out, it's probably me. No, I mean, there's always that possibility, but is it okay for straight people to hit the like? As long as you don't hit the Dougie. Pete's a super cool guy. Yeah, he was in here at the beginning of the stream, and I told him I was going to do this, and he said and then he gave it 100%ers, and then he didn't come back. Wait a minute, I have a Canic. I actually have two kinks. I have a tungsten and a meta, and none of them were $400 or around it. So tungsten what? Tungsten is the color. Meta, again, meta what? You can get the SF for $399. You can get the SFT for $449. You can get a TP9 SFX right now. I can sell one to somebody right now for $425 for an SFX. So I own a gun store, dude. You're not going to win this conversation. Like I said, you're arguing, and I'm not going to be doing that. Let's talk about Dracos, a pointless gun to me. Yes, Dracos are 100% pointless. They don't belong on this earth. Nothing. Somebody told me you can't do, and that certain guns are not available at a certain price point, and they are. I will defend those questions. Nasty gun. Dude, how are we dropping in viewers when I'm wearing fake tits? That's it. I'm taking them off. Hold on. We're going to do a different top. We need the scrollers to be interested. Right? Problem is we need to capture scrollers, so we're going to do it this way. It's a good thing I got that t-shirt on TV. You can't see what I'm doing. We paid for an hour. No, you're getting the hour, Brady. I'm just changing the top up. I might be a whore, but I'm a very, very wise whore when it comes to maximizing the earning potential of my tetas, tutus, teatatas, pratatas. Yeah, the problem is, oh, actually, we might be able to make this work. Oh yeah, that'll support him too. Hold on. How do girls do this? There we go. Well, that's when you've been up too late. Yeah, there we go. Oh, I need a pair of scissors. That's what I need. I don't care about this shirt. I'm actually wearing an Under Armour shirt, which I actually like, and I feel bad about destroying it, but... Amen. Look, if you're going to do something wrong, you should do it right. That's what I say. Okay. So that's what we got to work with. Oh, yeah, there we go. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, there we go. Dude, I'm sweating so much right now. Yeah, there we go.
Okay, I'm back.
Is that better? You're on your 4th barrel for your Spectre comp. Nice. Hi. What's up? Oh, hang on a second. There we go. There we go. There we go, Blyeth. Rip to the woman who was testing guy and Brent's the per violent man. She was hit by a bus. Damn. How does one come to own a gun store or even work in one? So my buddy's dad started one. I also went and worked at another one just for a while, just because I wanted to. But owning the gun store is very simple. You have to decide that you want to be a gun store owner, and then you put in the application to the ATF. Once you put in the application to the ATF, they do a site visit. They make sure your place is secure, that you understand all the rules when it comes to owning a gun store, and then they will eventually issue you your license. Once they've issued you your license to be a gun store, then you can go ahead and operate. Yep, Brian, you're getting the benefits of somebody else's donation right now. Well, there we go. Dork, not funny. Very funny, Matt. You're just not cool. You call conversation arguing. I'm not arguing. I'm just stating as fact is the TPF SFX. What you keep on stating as fact is just your opinion, and you keep stating it as fact. So do I get full auto LS2? No, I can get a 0702 for like $500 a year, and I can manufacture firearms and machine guns, but I can't sell them if I do. Do I deal with class 3 stuff? I'm applying for my license right now, my SOT, and as soon as I get it, then I'll be able to do stuff. Romulus comp. I want to get my hands on one. I really do. You got Forrest Whitaker eye. It's not as bad, and I can actually focus it, but my problem is when I'm live streaming, right? So here's you. Here's where the conversation is taking place. So the difference, I feel him jiggle, so it's like, so the difference is one eye is trying to read over here while I'm talking over here, and it draws my eye over there, and it's very easy for me to get lazy eye. Plus, the more tired I am, the more lazy I get. The more my lazy eye gets. All right, we were having a conversation. You decided to be a dick. Now you get to go away. Now you can't comment on the dude with boobs. Poor little fella. Why does my back hurt right there? Anyways. It's all right. I got him already, Stone. Y'all are just jelly. You're jelly that I got to shake. Although, dude, I might trim this thing around the neck because, yeah, it's got way too much material. It's done like that on purpose. And if I shave, it would probably fit better. See how when you push down, it like 100-round drum mag for a Barrett 50. That is insane. I'm down, but, dude, that's got to be one of the most unreliable things ever. So all these people scrolling through now are about to see a dude relaxing, looking down at the Rocky Mountains. Hundo is crazy. Even like anything like over 10. So do I mess with Donut Operator? Not really. I appreciate them, but I don't really mess with them. So that's a 10 round or a 5 rounder. So even a 20 rounder would be like that. Sent the video showcasing those in the Pew Pew channel. Showcasing what? The 100-round drum mag? "24 minutes. It's what you guys got left, so take it in." I don't think I'd rock it. Yeah, no, that would be a pain in the ass to try to shoot that. I think there's better channels out right now. That's why I'm not getting anybody in here to check out the chat. Sir, I dropped something. Is it true one can only buy 2 guns per week at a shop? I got told my third would cause the ATF to visit the shop. No, far out. Although I've heard some states they do like have issues with people purchasing multiple firearms at one time, but no. Like at my store, if you have a CCW, there's no limit. If you don't have a CCW, you can buy 1 handgun per month. But I personally have picked up 17 guns in one transaction and never had a problem. What's the favorite thing you saw at the NRA show? I can't talk about it because it was something that isn't coming to market for a little while, and it was shown to me in confidence. So sorry. Why is the viewer stuck? I don't know. Maybe we're breaking it. Or there's just literally only 30 people watching. Pros and cons on the CZ Shadow 2. Well, the standard CZ Shadow 2 is not drop safe. So that would be a con. Pro, amazingly good shooter. Yeah, no, it's moving. Shot your XC for the first time ever. Nice. Any really nice, reliable holsters you prefer for a full-size gun? Urban Carry 1791 and Galco for leather holsters. I really don't mess with Kydex or anything like that. Extended mags on pistols are for range purposes only. Also, like if you have a slightly extended magazine, that's your backup magazine to your carry magazine. You want to have your carry magazine be your flush fit so it prints less. Although if I was wearing these, you wouldn't even notice. You have a great channel. Who's your favorite gun manufacturer? Nighthawk Custom, because one man, one gun. Shadow 2 carry thoughts. The new one is drop safe. It's pretty good. Thank you, Thur. You're welcome, Deccan. We're doing you a service right here. Not only are you looking at some cha-chas, you're getting some talk. Thoughts on the Platypus? I really need to get one. I'm trying to find one used. I kind of want a new one so that I can put my serial number on there, but I don't want to wait 24 weeks. I keep saying that. I said that in January of last year or March of last year that I wanted to get one, but I didn't want to wait, and it just got to the same where it's just as long still. Nice rack. Yeah, you should really, really hit the like button. Warm weather, you carry 17 around in the gun. Yep, check them blouse mounds. What's up, Not a D? I don't know if Lady's watching or anything. I'm still here. Nice. How much did they cost tonight? You guys are getting an hour. You guys paid $100. I did put on the bikini for free because I needed to, well, these needed to be breathing. Let's see. In stock, nothing. Still saying, well, they dropped it to 18 to 20 weeks right now. Let's see. Lady Mac is still alive. Stopped in to drop a live. Hey, appreciate that. Yeah, I was probably putting on the top at the time. You're both from Lady Mac's. You should have put the bikini on busiest day. Yeah, well, you know what? The best part about these things is they can come off at any time, so. Or be put on at any time. Are you checking on the platypus? Yeah, it's 18 to 20 weeks right now, and I'm going to customize mine and see what it takes. If one of you wants to donate, hold on. It's hard to type with. It's hard to type with these things. So it's like, okay, TJS 2025. Just kidding. That's not what I'm actually typing. Let's see. Full length. Everything looks good there. Do that in black. Black don't crack. Blue. There we go. We got blue. No, that's not right. Oh, yeah, there we go. All right. Grip size, small. Yep. Prickle? No. Do I want prickle? Do we get the prickle, guys? Or do we go with the chain link? Hold on a second. Excuse me. Excuse me. Excuse me. So, you got to help me design it here. So, you've got chain link. I don't like finger grooves because those are permanent. So, chain link or prickle. Prickle gives it more of a 2011 style, though. So what are we thinking? Prickle. So one for prickle, one for chain link. I need some people to talk. People are so weirdos. Yeah, I know. I don't understand why either. It's like, it's just so strange. You like the prickle, no diddy? Yeah, you like the prickle. So prickle, chain link, prickle. Yeah, but it's supposed to be a 2011 style. So this is more of a 2011 style look to the grip because it looks like it might be removable. And I'm already doing the square trigger guard here. So what are we thinking? Prickle. All right, we're going to leave prickle. Then we're going to do a magwell. Got to do a magwell if you're doing a 2011. All right. Prickle looks more 2011. I agree. So trigger insert. Yeah, so they can only do Cerakote. Oh, that's the other part. Mainspring housing. I'm fine with it being a black mainspring housing. Can you show you options again? So option A, option B. Option A, option B. Option A, option B. Option A. So, is it a 2011 without a flared magwell? Yeah, technically. So, luckily in my state, you can buy as many guns as you want as long as you buy it all at once. You only have to file 14473. That's true. The FFL is required to do the actual multiple gun paperwork. Let's see. So, trigger style. 3-hole for a traditional, I don't think so. Skeleton, I like. Although I do prefer a straight and a short one, so I actually think that's better. Definitely want the 3-pound trigger. Do they have matching prickle for the slide? They might. Hold on a second. I don't think I'm there yet. I'm not on the slide yet. Here we go. Barrel. Definitely want bull, right? So we definitely want a bull barrel. If we're going to do bull barrel, I am not going to do it threaded. I want steel guide rod, steel plug, so I want it all steel. So that's what I'm thinking there. So full steel, full steel. Slide style. Trident? No. Dual? No, I don't like this feature. That makes the guns look weird. Classic? I actually like the chain link. We definitely want an RMR cut. That gives you a lot more options for the gun. Hey, look, we can sight it. Remember, equal height, equal light. You're shooting to the right. You're shooting to the left. You're shooting to the. You're shooting. Yes, my hand isn't sensitive enough. I can't shoot it right. It must be a Glock. Hooray! Pew 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 pew. Pew 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 pew. Anyways, let's see. Slide finish, slide color. Do they do it dark red? No, I don't like that. Do I want it two-tone or do I want the whole gun one color? Yeah, I think I want it one color. No color, got it. Yeah, but the problem with an RMSC, Brian, is that you're much more limited in what you can put on the gun. Having a full RMR allows you to put like big old optics and stuff on them. Let's see. Slide backfill. Are we staying with the black? I'd have to change the color of the... my STI Grandmaster is already that color. Amen. Oh, I like that. So, yep, that might be our color. Hold on a second. Gotta go back up. Frame color, Platypus engraving. We'll do that in the blue. Yep. Nope. Yep. We like that. Or do we want it black? Keep that part black? We'll keep that part black. Stealth arms. We'll do that in the blue. That in the black. Reverse that. All right. We're getting there. Sight. Fiber optic. Yep. Sight. High. We want high because we want to be able to co-witness, which was the problem we were having when I couldn't find the front sight. See, there you go. There you go. There it is. There's your sight picture. So we're right there. Your Grandmaster? Yes, you're getting cash. I want to keep it. See, thumb safety. I'm just going to run single-sided. I don't need ambi, even though I do shoot both ways. So thumb safety color. There you go. No. No, I like the other color. There we go. So we'll go back to that. Yeah, I'd probably go with the skeleton one, I think. Saying the short trigger is killing me. Yep. So I think I'd go with the either that or the straight. Now I'm going to go with that one. I like that one. Saying the short trigger pull. Yep. There we go. So it's $2,240. So that is the gun. And that's with my custom serial number. So I don't think... Ooh, I can become a dealer still. Shit. That ain't bad. No, for a custom gun... And by the way, you're about to get shocked again. So, those of you that weren't here for the last 6 minutes, you're about to get shocked. Hi. These are tits. These are my tits. Somebody bought these for me. But we'll do this. Okay? You like my tits? The tits are fine. Yeah, if they had in-stock guns, you could get them for only in 1 to 2 days. It's not bad for a custom gun. How long would it take? Custom gun, it says 18 to 20 weeks, but I'd have to contact them to see if they could build it any faster. There you go. There you go. Sorry. Sorry, not sorry.
Sorry.
Not sorry. Back in the day. No caps. Dude, literally sitting at this angle and trying to talk or type is just... Am I going to get it? I don't know. I'm going to create an account and store that. If somebody wants to help me buy it by contributing to the boob fund, I'll consider it. You got to do it through Jiminy, though. Jug-a-lug, jug-a-lug, jug-a-lug. Jiminy. Is it weird that I'm not even thinking about them, the fact that they're on me right now? I am noticing that it will not go much over 30 for some reason. That's weird. Let's change the live stream name. Boobs back from for Platypus. There we go. Sell the Grandmaster and you can buy it. No, I think I like the Grandmaster, and I don't have a high-end gun because I sold you my TSO. I have higher-end guns, but I don't have a high-end 2011 right now. If I get the Platypus and I like it, then I will. Dude, I'm gonna... Ha ha ha. Yeah. Here, let me log in and take care of this person. I like how people send requests and they think that I'll actually fall for it. Hello. We have boobs. Oh, it's so warm under these things. Look at that. I'm actually literally sweating because I'm the weight of these things is just here. Let me clean this. Let me just clean. It's there we go. Hello. No, the Grandmaster is safe. Oh, that's why I had those under there. Hello. Hey, Mouse. You weren't talking much. Where'd you go? Much better. Thank you. Glad you're feeling better. Yeah, trying to type sideways is just really awkward. I warned everybody that this might happen today, so... There you go. Over under 6.5 total goals for the Avalanche game tonight. No idea. You're playing a video game. What game are you playing? The game of life. Cool. So I started an account that way. It'll save everything. Ooh, that's actually a good combination. Let's see what other guns they have. So everybody thinks they only do that one thing. Let's see what they got. Let's see what they're custom built. So, wait, they've got a Platypus, a basic-ass one in stock. Oh, okay. Yep, so that didn't make sense. Never mind, sorry. Let's talk about home invaders. Are you a defending case from a room kind of guy, or are you searching destroy kind? If somebody breaks into my house and I'm forced to defend myself, I will defend myself as best as I possibly can. Does that make sense? It's a World War I game. Nice. Bro, it was still daytime when I went into my room, and now it's entirely dark. How long was I in there? It depends. Is it the same amount of time that you take your showers? Wink, wink. That's just dirty. I just realized something. I think my Mitchell Mauser is actually missing a pin. The more I think of that. Wow. Somehow longer. Dude, I sat down at like 5:30 and I was going to nap for an hour and then get up and set up for the live stream, or 6, and I literally woke up at 8:14 because somebody texted me. It was Mr. Stoney. Dun, dun, dun. All right, we're down to the last 4 minutes, kids. In 4 minutes, I am taking everything off. That came out wrong. Good stream tonight. Not really, honestly. I expected there to be more people, but it's also a day that I don't normally stream. That could be throwing people off. I don't normally stream on a Saturday. But normally the boobs get a much better reaction than this. I started 14 minutes late. Oh, you're talking about just in general? Yeah, that is true. I'm still late. I'm still waiting. Also, Saturday is probably the worst day for someone like me to be doing this because I'm not a full-on YouTube guy. Even though I am a YouTuber now, I am not a. Okay. I got a shirt on. That's fine. There you go. Mitchell imported some great stuff back in the day. Yeah, actually, it turns out the Mitchell Mauser, and I confirmed this with Dan Wesson, Mitchell Mauser 1911s, like the one I have, were actually made by Dan Wesson back in the day. Yeah. You know what another problem is? Because I was out at the gun show and I didn't take pictures and videos and shit. So I need to publish more videos again. 30,000 views on the Glock one. This will 100% piss off people. Dude, the comments on this thing are ridiculously funny. I think my chat just locked up. Hang on a second. Nope, I'm just not getting any chats. You guys hate me that much? No, the chat has not locked up. It's just there's nobody in here hanging out because of the day. Terry's still here. I love you, Joe. No, that's fine. I'm degrading myself and nobody even wants to watch it, so. How was the NRA show? It was cool. Long-ass drive. Met a lot of good people. I'm going to go take this off and then we'll get back to it because this is not working. So, and it's too hot and I'm sweaty and I already went an hour. So, y'all have to just deal with it. Now, the real question is, can I get this stupid thing off? Because I'm sweating. Oh, frick. Can you hear that? Ask your mom what that sound is. It's when she and her boyfriend make the beast with two backs. Oh, that's sweaty. I am a sweaty Betty now. Holy shit. Oh, I think I lost 5 pounds in sweat. Goose missed it. Well, damn, that sounded wet. Dude, they are that. Yeah, it's gross, dude. Are these real? You just missed them, but yes, they are fake. Whew. Oh, I haven't even drank my water. Much better now? Thank you. Those you coming in now. Hi. We talk about whatever the frick we want here on the Jiminy Show. Red drink. Yeah, see, DB isn't on because he didn't know. Nobody knew that I was going to be going live today. So, except for all the people that I told and y'all didn't watch. Why not real guns, not judging? Because I've made 2,000 videos reviewing guns, and I don't like having real guns behind me anymore. I'm afraid of them. I knew I got the notification. Yeah, I did notify everybody. I put it out this morning. But yeah, I can't wait to get my freaking other gun back, dude. Yep, so let me go back in and fix the title for this thing. Excuse me. How many of you are members? I can tell, so don't fucking lie. But if you're a member and you go to my channel right now, you can look at videos that are scheduled to come out over the next few weeks. And I'm uploading another video tonight that I got to edit. Help me get a platypus. So I already picked my serial number for the platypus if I can get the money together. So, I mean, technically, if I wanted to, I could literally just buy it right now, but then I'd be screwed. You've been kind of feeling down all day. I'm so sorry about that, Mouse. I hope you feel better. Is it because of the sick, or is it because you just haven't felt good? Didn't tell me and I found it, but when you aren't on your normal times, it throws things off. Yeah, so how do I become a member? If you're on mobile, there's a little 3-dot thing that opens up another menu that allows you to join. Otherwise, if you're on computer, just go to the join button. What is the Platypus? The Platypus is a 1911 high capacity that takes Glock mags. And it's a really cool gun. You can do full customization on the gun, including serial numbers and everything. And for the money, they're really not bad. And apparently this thing stores based on your IP. So there's that one. Oh yeah, I did that one too. It was basically the same gun, but with the classic. So I had originally done a version of the gun that actually had a threaded barrel. So yeah, this was one I was originally going to do. Same basic gun, but it has the chain link. I really prefer the prickle, honestly. So that one was only 2K because it had a lot fewer changes, although it also had the short flat in it. And this is what actually the name Platypus is in reference to. They named it the Platypus because of Perry the Platypus. This is what the Perry the Platypus gun was when Platypus was designed. This one was only $18.45. Why was it cheaper? Oh, because it's not a full-length dust cover and things like that. Rounded trigger guard. All these things add cost to the gun, so I think if I were to add square trigger guard... yeah, you could even completely eliminate the frickin' under rails and have a smooth underside without it being like that. So that's like a CZ style where it's full-length guide rod cover, dust cover, but without a rail. You really don't see that on 1911s. So I don't talk about how many guns I own, Brandon, but I will tell you that I EDC a 1911. So looking up at the wall there, brother, that 1911 operator was one of my EDCs for a while. That Auto Ordnance 1911 was one of my EDCs. I did carry the Influencer for a little while, but I haven't carried since I modified it. So I'm a big fan of 1911s. I just, you know, I have too many, so I'm selling a few of them too. Why don't you talk about it? Because I'm not that kind of content creator. I'm not that kind of YouTuber. Um, I don't do a yearly, here's my collection thing. I don't, and this is no offense to you guys, but I don't think you should know all the guns I own. If you want to take the time and go through the 2,000 videos, no, it's okay. If you don't want to go, if you want to go through the 2,000 videos that are on the channel regarding firearms, if you see a gun that I don't say I borrowed from somebody, it was mine. But a lot of them, it's not your fault, Brandon. You didn't know. Now you know. Now you know. Um, but I'm not one of those guys. Guys like the collector on YouTube who literally puts the value of whatever he's making a video on in the title. That's the guy to watch. If you want to see somebody who has an insane collection, but he's paid top dollar for every part of it, the collector's the guy to go to. So, like, he says he has a $250,000 gun room. Guess what? Because I have connections and friends and people that I know, could probably duplicate his $250,000 gun room for about $120,000. So the fact that he puts such a high number on everything he does is because he is showing off his money. I'm not that kind of guy. Number one, I don't have money anymore. So I do like your guns on the wall. Thank you. If I can only own one CZ, what would it be? That would be probably a CZ Tactical Sport 2 Orange. Could I make a 43K? What do you mean? Sorry, I'm misunderstanding where you're going. Are you asking me to make a Glock or $43,000? I am confused. Did 43X? Yeah, so I'm not gonna make one because they exist and there's not really a lot of things I like to do. I'm good. Thank you. You missed it. I was wearing the girls. Oh, she's driving right now, so she won't even see it. No, I don't do that kind of stuff. I don't do manufacturing or anything like that. So, yeah, I don't design. I don't think Platypus is as good as people make it out to be. I think it's hyped up. I've held them and I've screwed with them a little bit. Need to do a fishing collab with the armed fishermen. Sorry, I'm reading another live stream chat at the same time. I like the rack. Thank you, George. How come you have so many subscribers but your videos don't get a lot of audience? So, Milana, if you look at my shorts videos and you sort them by most views, that's where the large majority of my viewership comes from. That plus the live streams bring in a lot of people. But I made a few shorts that have basically exploded on the internet with popularity. So, like here, I'll go to my shorts and we'll sort by popular. So I have 9 million on the man with the stainless gun, 4.2 million on a Remington TAC 14, 3 million on a dagger, 3 million on just 2 rounds, 3 million on the John Wick press check, millions on the 226 or 220 that I sold. So yeah, so I have a lot of different videos that have millions of views in the short sphere, and I got into there right at the right time before everybody started doing shorts. But also, if you look at a lot of my videos that get a lot of viewage is older stuff. So they get a lot of views from older people watching the older videos. So did you confront the company that sent you the 1911 Tisas that had the rails welded on? Yes. So I wouldn't say I confronted them. I will say I had a long conversation with the social media manager for Tisas. I can tell you that the way he explained it when we were talking versus through email, where we had days and days between us, did give me a lot better of an understanding on his thinking, which is a big part of it. So the biggest part is when you're trying to communicate through email and it takes a week to get one email back and forth because either I don't see their email or they don't see my email and we take forever to respond to each other, is the fact that we don't talk to each other and we lose context. So he and I talked for about 35 minutes, 40 minutes about what they're looking for in a company for people to view, as well as what my actual real concerns were, because I got handed to Jared through the CEO of the US branch. So David Fillers passed me on, and Jared and I wound up talking that way. And Jared, again, because he's a social media manager, I think he missed some of what I was trying to get across through the original video. So he and I talked for a while. And he also clarified something for me, which was very interesting. I can't talk about one thing he said because I want to ask him in an email if it's okay if I make a video explaining that. But another part of it is they actually encourage reviewers like me to modify their guns and add things or change things. Like, he liked that I put a Fusion Firearms trigger in it, and he loved that I stippled it. But again, it's just the way they processed and handled the whole issue with the slide rails and stuff. I'm still not happy with it, but they did agree to work with me, and they did agree to send me their new Gen 2 Night Stalker. So it's raining here, California. It's not rain, dude. That's the somebody popped the sprinkler. But yeah, they are going to send me a Night Stalker Gen 2 and possibly the new 5.7 so I can do my testing, especially with what I know now. Like I said, there's some things I can't talk about yet until I talk to Jared, because I don't want to talk out of school. But if he allows me to talk about what's going on, that's going to assuage a lot of people, and it will allow me to move on a little bit. But again, I am still holding them to the high standard that I want to. So, yeah, it's so weird. The sun is out and it's raining all day. Stone, actually, he would. You should air rack it and send me a video of it, and I'll send it over to him. I also got his cell phone number, and he said if I text him late, then it has to either be funny or hot or a cheeseburger. So I think I'm going to have you air rack it, and then I will smash a cheeseburger. Yeah, send me a video of that. Doesn't have to be a long one. I'll just pass it on. Yeah, getting it fast enough to air rack is pretty insane. But also, let's go back to that one question for Melania. So if you're still in here, yeah, so growth, what time is it for me? It is 10:12. So another thing that the way my channel grows, Melania, is that I'm not every 5 minutes on Twitter, X, or whatever you call it, Facebook. I should be, now that I'm committed to becoming a YouTuber, and I'm not out there every minute of every day promoting the shit out of myself. So my regular videos don't get the same traction. But I can tell you that every video I publish, I get new subs. I get at least 1,000 a month. I get this, I get that. So I'm growing through a more natural means. I'm not taking the YouTube Viagra. I'm just whacking off until it gets there. You know what I mean? Next time you come over, wear the boobs and you can air rack it. Done. You want a video of the rain too? You can if you want. But yeah, since what was I about to say otherwise? Sorry, I'm just thrown off, man. I went through all the trouble of putting on the boobs, and it didn't help because it's Saturday. We'll discuss me maybe making up for it on Monday, because I also have another outfit. Just saying. It might be a corset, although I don't know how to lace one up. The outfits are peak. Thank you. And if people send me an outfit, because the bikini was sent to me, the boobs were paid for, and I was ordered to wear them. The only thing I put on today that was something I actually bought was the Vibes top. But if people want to pay for me to wear something or tell me what it is and send the money for it, I'll order it. But again, I'm not. It's bad enough that I'm doing the cross-dressing. I don't want to also be buying picking my own outfits, because that just shows how weird of a cross-dresser I'd be. I'd be like that 5-year-old that dresses themselves on their first day of school cross-dresser. So I'd be wearing some kind of halter top, but I'd also be wearing a bouffant hairdo wig. So it would not look good. Oh my God, he knows what a bouffant is. He's totally in there. But yeah, no, it's also probably not late enough for my kind of humor. But motherfuckers didn't want to see the tits. So, ooh, Palmetto's doing a new sale. Gotta check it out. The email won't load all the way. You got to click on them now. Got to log in case there's something I have to get for the store. I'm in and out, still cleaning up after the birthday party. That works. Oh, there we go. EOTechs are $175 off. The Shadow 2 Carry is back in stock. That's pretty cool. It's probably all sold out already. Let me know if they have curios on sales. I'm looking through right now, bud. Did you look at that one Tokarev that was curio? SAR9 X package. I like the Sport X. I don't like the regular X. Also, I ordered something that's going to be pretty cool for the store, and I'm going to try to sell it pretty good. Do you guys know the Samson chassis system? It's mostly for the M4 Mini 14. It gives you the side folder for the A-Team look. Well, Davidson's, one of my distributors, has them on sale. So I'm getting one, but it's for the 1022 chassis. So I'm going to get that, and then I'm going to put a bull barrel 22 target in it. So it's going to be pretty cool. It's the cheapest way to get a threaded barrel right now, 1022, is with their target. Yeah, I wanted the Tokarev, but it was sold out. Oh, gotcha, dude. I'll pay attention. You should have told me that, dude. I would have ordered it. I'm sorry. I'll keep an eye open. If another one pops in, I'll tell you. Yes, you definitely can. Even if I see another one, if you're telling me right now that you want one, I have no problem grabbing it for you. I'm the best, thank you. You're welcome. Once the Ottawa game is over, I'll come back, but I'm trying to watch 2 games at once. I'm trying to use my phone for one. Dude, go enjoy your shit, dude. Come back when you're done. Sorry, Brady. Go enjoy your game. I love hockey ball when they hit touchdowns with the baseball bats. Above and beyond customer service, man. Dude, I know how to do it, brother. I'll take care of you. I will hold you, and I will make you feel special and loved. Stoker ST9s are only $229 right now. Damn it. People keep asking me to look at that gun. I can't afford it, sorry. I mean, technically it'll only be $129 after my $100 booby deal. Damn it. No, I'm going to hold off. They would be the best, but they're not in Texas. Bro, I will send whatever you want to Texas. Hell, if I ever drive to Texas and you're on my way, I'll freaking hand deliver it. That's how much I like you. Oh, Stone. I don't know how you feel about color case hardened, but this is a pretty gun. That's the Springfield. Actually, scratch that. I'll just use my computer. You're fine, dude. Dude, look at that. Color case hardening. I'm not sure about the blue grips on it. I would actually probably go with something a little more gray. But that's an Agency Arms Springfield. So Springfield and Agency Arms teamed up to make that one. It's that many thousands, though. But damn, that's pretty. Tri-top slide, optics cut, color case hardened. Dude, if I had an extra 2K laying around, if I was a real YouTuber and I had that kind of money laying around, I would have shit like that in the inventory all damn day. Yeah, exactly. I'd probably swap these out for a different color, though. These remind me too much of like a Colt competition. I'd either go black or try to find a blue more like the other ones. It is, dude. Maybe you can get your Kimber back from your dad if you give him a gun that costs more. That's how capitalism works. Yeah, if you just spend a lot more money, you can get a lot less. So I hear, right? All right, this one might actually be nicer. If you like engravings, you would just take both. Nice. Why do people want guns? It's the same reason people want anything, Milana. It's a appreciation. So to me, something like this is like Pokemon cards, or it's like uranium glass, or collecting rocks, you know? It's a beautiful piece of machinery that took excellence and care to make. And I'm also a person that likes and respects the art of shooting. I do, but I also have the channel and I own a gun store. And there are purposes to a lot of firearms, but something like this, it's just really good looking, you know? So it's the same reason anybody does anything. It's why people buy cars when you only have one body to drive a car and you buy multiple cars. It's because you appreciate the precision, the build, the way they're put together. Yeah, shoes, exactly. But dude, it's a Springfield. So, I mean, this is pretty, man. It's a pretty gun. Look at that engravings, man. That's badass. I like how they didn't clean the thumbprints off of it before they took the pictures. So, when I commit a crime, I'm going to leave those thumbprints there. But dude, that must have taken a long time. But yeah, it's something I like, man. But yeah, there are different ways of looking at it too, Milana. You're gonna get some people that say, "Damn, I like being blah blah blah," or "I like doing blah blah blah." I found a Trump Glock for you, Stone. I never shoot that one. I would, and that's where our mentalities differ, man. All right, this is actually in stock. Patiently waiting for the Tiggle Bitties to come out. You got to go back an hour, bro. I already put them on and took them off. Just back up the video by an hour. It really wasn't as fun as I thought it was going to be tonight because there weren't enough people laughing at me. When people don't want to laugh at me, it's not worth it. Sorry, B. So there's also another company that used the Glock 47 to do it, since he's technically the 47th and the 45th or whatever, 46th or whatever. So people have been using the 47. Blue skies looking at me, not blue skies. Yeah, they also do it in the 43X, and it's actually a reasonable price for that one. But yeah, sorry. You came back to see the boobs, and you didn't stay around long enough. You should have come back. Sorry. Shouldn't have never left. Those of you that left and came back for the breast ever. So I'm definitely going to GunCon in June. I actually enjoyed the shit out of the gun show, so I'm definitely going back to GunCon too. Come on, kids. Let's talk. To put it in the words of my homies, let's chop it up. I've been finding Anderson lowers with Trump on them. Probably. That's kind of funny. You can find a lot of stuff with Trump on it, actually. It's luckily laser engraving has gotten so cheap. Ohio. You want to go? It's in Ohio. O-H-I-O, O-H-I-O, O-H-I-O. Sorry, I'm looking at stuff, okay? I like to look at stuff. Oh, I got such a bad headache right now. Where the frick are my aspirin? They're all the way up front. Doggone it. I thought PSA made the Trump lower. They don't own the rights to Trump's logo, so anybody can make whatever they want. You can't trademark Donald Trump's likeness. So literally anybody with a laser engraver can make Trump stuff. President is a public official, and if he tried to sue people for making something to commemorate him becoming president, that would prove how bad he actually is as a person. We're not talking about that today. We're not talking about how babies poop in their diapers. I'd like to go out, but I don't know about a 9-hour drive. Motherfucker, I just did it. But if you come up here, we'll hang out, we'll go to the gun range, and then we'll drive up, and then we'll come back. So you can spend a day shooting some guns, and then we'll go up to the show. You're awesome, but you got to go. Have a good night. Thank you, Mr. Rodriguez. You just make stuff on him, but you can't sell it. you can sell whatever you want. Again, he's a public figure. So, yes, you absolutely. All those Trump lowers and the things like that, those are people making money off of his likeness. Brady.
Mother father.
What's up, Mr. Mexican?
Mexicano. What is up?
That is true. Yep. Yeah, public figures are not immune from it. Now, if it's libel or defamation of character, then they can step in and protect their brand identities. But as a public figure, they're not allowed to like copyright their own image. What if they eventually go on a bill or something? Can you imagine George Washington's family right now trying to sue the U.S. government for putting his face on money?
Mrs. Great Washington, you can't sue the U.S. government for using your husband on our $1 bill. Well, I think he should have been on the $7 bill. Ma'am, that's not even true. I like the $7 bill.
That's what George Washington's great granddaughter sounds like, by the way. In case you didn't know, all right? Yeah, everybody's just been lurking tonight, dude. Hit the like button, motherfathers. You're all a bunch of wussies if you don't hit the like button. I'm calling you all out. No, I'm just kidding. I love you all. Please hit the like button if you haven't hit the like button. It makes the channel grow naturally. I'm asking for a friend. You don't know her. She goes to another school. But I'm trying to grow the channel in the most natural way possible. So when you guys hit the like button, you like the subscribe button, all that shiz, what it does is it helps the channel grow naturally. 11 o'clock is definitely going to be at the end. Did you? Yeah, you should. Hey, Cats, what's up? You're back. You left for a little while and then you came back. And I'm sitting here going, I'm a dum-dum, boo-ba-doo-ba-doo-boo. I'm a dum-dum, boo-ba-doo-ba-doo-ba-doo. I'm so sorry I had 6 kids beating me up today. Dude, that's what you get for getting into a fight with 6 kids, man. I'm telling you, if you take them on one at a time, boom, done. You can take them down. But when you try to, shit, I already did a video on a PX4. But when you try to take on 6 at one time, they overpower you with their stink. My grandbabies came. Nice! That's awesome! Wait a minute. Cats? Are you Stone's... I can never go back to your family. No. Okay. We're okay. You were one of the 6 kids. Just remember, when you kick them in the knees, it hurts. I didn't get your lives notification. That's sorry, Carcam. Jesus, Christmas. The Ottawa game finally ended. I already missed like 16 minutes of the game I wanted to watch. Bro, hit record. Am I what? I thought you were related to Stone. To Stonehaven, because he was talking about having a bunch of kids over at a birthday party, and you just said, oh, your grandkids came by. So, I thought you were his mother or his relative. Sorry, I'm not. That was not disrespectful in any way. I really thought you were his family member. And if I knew that his family was watching me wearing tig old biddies on camera, it might make for an awkward dinner the next time I get invited, if I ever get invited again. Although, to be fair, they'd probably get a hoot out of it. $5,000, I'll wear them all day at your parents' house, Stone. $5,000, that's all it takes. Buy my platypus. Buy me a platypus and a CZ or a X5 Classic, and I will wear the tig old biddies at your parents' house all day. Even if you have a huge party. Although you have to explain to everybody it's a joke, because I don't want to get shot again. That would be funny, though. Not me getting shot, but your whole family. Because the way they embrace the fact that I do internet stuff. That was a joke, Brady. Sorry. My subtle humor is hard to carry along when I'm talking weird. No, I ain't explaining nothing. So you mean I just got to show up and just pop them out with no introduction and nothing? Dude, I'm going to need that money now so I can also put a bulletproof plate underneath the bad boys. Dude, the Glock 19X has a ton of views because people hate it. That's part of interaction. When I'm telling you guys that interaction and engagement with the channel matters. So I did one called the Glock 19X Revisit, parentheses, I still don't care. And people hate me for making that video. Like, seriously, one guy said, you're a dumbass. If you hate it so much, why'd you review it? Dude, hers looked way better than mine. Boom, 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 boom. But it's also gotten me 57 subscribers. Yeah. So my channel average for likes to dislikes, normally my average is 97.5% likes to dislikes. The Glock 19 revisit video, 83% likes, 17%. 17% of people literally don't like it because of that. Imagine people reviewing things only because they know they would like them, no bias at all. Yeah, that's a guy named Such00. He likes literally everything. But yeah, so also the people that hate the video, they don't watch past when I rant about how much I don't like Glocks and get into how reliable the guns actually are. If they make it past the rant part of it, they actually find that I say the gun is actually very reliable. But people don't like to actually pay attention long enough to really get that. But yeah, I thought that was a good video, personally. Then bust out those Road Gold 43X when they're gonna. Hey, my re-upload of my CZ75 SP01 Phantom has had more views than than the original version did by 10 times. That's awesome. I like that. Also, you can go there and you can currently watch 3 videos that are not out on the channel yet. Because members get that shit. So if you're a member, go over there. $2 a month, and you already got 3 full videos ready to go. Hey. Come on, guys.
Come on, guys.
What I actually am noticing, this is a lot of people, and I really appreciate that, because you're at least getting me playtime, is a lot of people will just turn on the live and do other things. That's fine. Honestly, I'm watching YouTube while doing a live stream, so. The white kid that does gun reviews says every gun is good. You gotta be a lot more specific, brother.
Popular, popular, popular.
Also, now that I've started editing videos again, I may start doing some of the reviews with edits. I just can't stand that shit, man. When you watch guys like James DeFranco, he's super popular, millions of subs and all that shit, but he'll say one line and then jump cut because he can't actually hold a conversation without saying the word or reading the script again. And I know that's me calling him out, and I don't care because that kind of filming is not good. I hate when you're... And then when you're talking about, and then everybody talked about, and then we came back, and that's when the guy said to the other guy, everybody's fine. So when you have like a jump cut at every goddamn sentence in your video, that is terrible, terrible presentation. If you can't make it through 2, 3, 4, 5 minutes without friggin' making a jump cut in your video, you do not have the right stuff for making videos. And I don't give a shit if you feel I'm calling you out, because I'm not naming anybody specific besides James DeFranco. Is that his name, DeFranco? Mike DeFranco, Paul DeFranco, whatever the fuck his name is. I can't deal with that kind of presentation, man. And I see that a lot in a lot of different things. Computer guys that I watch. The ones that don't jump around, I can literally just let it play, be interested in the video, and then have a good time. But then there are some that literally every other line is a damn jump cut, and the audio never syncs. That's the other problem I have. Oh, Philip DeFranco. Philip DeFranco? Anyways, Philip, yeah. But because he doesn't match his speech pattern to the jump cuts, and this is after years of doing it, that's the other problem I have. Because you don't match your jump cuts to your speech pattern, or you don't pay attention because you're cutting the video after you've made it to cut out all your awkwardness, all your stupidity, all your lack of being able to do a sentence without saying the word you know, like, know what I'm saying, things like that. It shows because you cannot piece together a video using just jump cuts and not have it seamless. And that throws me way out of anything I'm watching. That's like if you're watching a porn and it's like grunt, grunt, So yeah, so if you have to take down a video and remove a section of it because it violates terms of service or copyright issue, I can understand that. But go watch any of Philip's videos. I say all the time. But his videos, it's literally every line he says has a jump cut after it. And then we go and then he jump cuts. And jump cut. Jump cut. It's just, I can't do that. The wife and I were watching and listening while we were doing grocery store runs. That's fine. The white kid says every gun is good. Civilian tactical. That's why I had to stop watching Suits. Just couldn't get a feel for if good or not. Suits 00, okay? I've said this, and I'm trying to stay tactful. As I get more subs, I need to be slightly more tactful because people are going to be assholes. But the way he presents firearms, he presents it because he wants to keep getting free firearms. And I know that sounds bad because I'm coming from way on the outside. I didn't start watching his channel when he was younger. I've tried watching some of his earlier videos. I really can't do it. When he does a video on a gun, the vast majority of the guns he reviews, come from the manufacturer. I have 3 that have come from manufacturers. In 2,177 videos, only 3 of the guns came from a manufacturer. So you can try to accuse me of shit all you want. It ain't going to work. But all of his guns that are brand new that he reviews were provided by Springfield, Ruger, H&R, whatever, Rock Island. So they all get exceptionally positive reviews because he's afraid to say something bad and find himself at the back of the line when it comes to receiving firearms, which also doesn't make any friggin' sense because he's got 1.5 million subs. Channels with 1.5 million subs do not get blacklisted just because they say, oh, this gun needs this, or this gun wasn't that great. Gerson reached out to me after I made the 2311, the original 2311 witness, where I say that it has a lot of problems. And you know what they did? They took criticism from me and all the other creators, and they fixed the guns. So Such does a disservice to himself, to his viewers, and to the manufacturers because he's not calling out companies on their bullshit. You know, he even took a look at, I can't remember which gun it was. It was one of the worst guns that you can buy, and he gave it praise. I can't handle that. What did you buy me, Cody? What did Cody buy? Baby food and peaches. I'll take the teriyakis. Yeah, he's got a baby, so he needs the baby food. My buddy has a baby, but I just feed her cotton candy, pixie sticks, and cane sugar. Actually, the bag said cocaine, but it looked like it was sugar, so I'm sure she's fine. I haven't seen her in 4 days, though. I think she's out making money. Not in that way. Shut the fuck up. She's out there hustling dime bags. Don't ever fucking read wrong into what I say. You question me, you ask me. Of course you would, Joe. Yep. And if it's hand-selected item for production sent for reviews, I would expect to hear if it has issues. Yes. And again, that's the other thing. A lot of places, a lot of reviewers that I won't watch anymore, they literally are getting cherry-picked guns. That's pretty impressive, dude. You're feeding yours popcorn. Popcorn's not bad unless it's covered in a bunch of cheese and stuff. Then you got to be careful. Plus, you're cleaning up the diaper, so who cares? I don't care. Give her freaking X-Lax. Tell her it's good, Chalky. But yeah, there are some that get handpicked guns. Going back to that whole, he's a 1.5 million. Yeah, Mexican is just a weird one, dude. What was I saying? Oh, going back to the whole thing with him having 1.5 million subs. I went, like I said, I was at the NRA show. I really didn't see many content creators. I think because NRA still has a bad stigmata. I mostly went to meet the manufacturers. Although based on the number of people that were there, the people just wanted a gun show. But we were talking, and I didn't see a whole lot of content creators. And then when I was talking to all these manufacturers, and I'm wearing the Jiminy Show shirt, and I'm talking to them, telling them I make videos. I've been doing it for 10 years. I've got over 2,000 videos. And they're like, how many subs do you have? And I tell them 180,000. I tell them I do 3 different types of videos. I do my long form. For those of you that don't know, I do 3 types of videos. I do long form reviews. On my couch, I'm the American Ashens. I've accepted that. I don't care. I do long form reviews where I sit in a comfortable chair, even though I could be sitting on the couch, and I talk about the gun. I show you how it works. I disassemble it and field strip it for you. I put it back together, and then I give you my opinions. Then there are shorts, like this is going to 100% piss off Glock people. I like that one. It was funny, so I put it up. That gets a lot of views. That's the other reason why my channel has grown. So that is where you don't go if you want the silliness. Couch reviews are how I found the channel. Not saying it's because videos that start with the couch catch my attention. Cough, 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 cough. Hey, you know what? I was originally going to make a shirt, by the way, for that. That was going to say casing couch, and I was going to have different calibers on the shirt. And then I was going to have another one that said casing couch, and I was going to have I used to have a white Gerson Regard that was going to be on the couch with 4 long black rifles sitting behind it. And I was going to call it the casing couch. Somebody else actually recommended the name Casing Couch, but I was going to do it. But Teespring would not allow me to make that shirt. Although I have a shirt guy, so I should probably re-examine that. When the pre-order drops for that. You know what? Now that I said that, I am going to talk to my guy. But here's the thing. I'm not doing pre-orders. I'm just going to make the shirts. But I need to talk to him and see if he'd be willing to make those for me. The guy that made these shirts. I need to talk to him. And these shirts are actually really nice. I like these shirts. So if he's willing to make a Casing Couch shirt, I will tell you guys. It would be a very limited run, though. Probably no more than 100. But yeah. Let me see what I can do. Now that I've mentioned that, because everybody also say thank you to Stonehaven. Those of you that got shirts, Stonehaven stepped up. Stonehaven is one of my favorite guys, and he helped me get that shit done. He drives me forward. I know I'm getting tired enough to be considered fatigued, but I'm not giving up on you. Never gonna give you up. Never gonna let you down. Never gonna run around. How's that ADD getting you? So I did that headlight replacement video 8 years ago, right? Where I replaced the video the wrong way. I also missed my Mustang. But I did a headlight replacement video 8 years ago. I still have the shirt I was wearing in that video. That's how often I get rid of my clothes when they have big holes. 6 years ago, I did a Taurus G2C video. Still have that shirt. Staying up for the hockey game, but my point stands. Thank you. Let's see. God, I wish I still had that freaking... I wish I still had that Mustang. That was the dumbest thing I ever sold. It's all my fault. Yep. All right. So where are we at? 10:44. We're only going to go until 11. Dude, I know I overslept, but I just can't do it. I just can't do it. I just can't fight this feeling anymore. Kermit the Frog singing the song that goes la 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 la. Those shirts are very thick. Can he get a thinner one? Yes, he can. When we originally did the shirts, I asked him for the most American shirts he could find me, and these were the thickest shirts that he could find me, so I can definitely get some lighter ones.
Hi-ho, Kermit the Frog talking about banging your girl. Ha! Our synonyms. Get in the car, bitch. We're causing crimes. Aroha.
Oh, man, I am so tired from the drive. I'm sorry. I am very tired. Very tired.
Are you trying my patience?
I'll try whatever I want to, little girl. Am I missing chats, or are we just that dead tonight? I think we're just that dead tonight. That's fine. We don't always have to have solid nights. Every now and then, I can just do this and sit back and talk to my kids. Be like, hey, kids, how you guys doing? What do you want to know about? I know I don't have the titties on, but that's fine. We're just that dead. Yep.
Ha!
Ha!
Hi!
I can. I try to do the Pee-wee one, but I usually wind up slipping. That's a bad choice of words. I wind up transition. No, that's still a bad choice of words. I wind up going into Jerry. What's his name?
Finalizing.
Jerry's kids. That guy. Just saw the thank you stone. What happened? I was telling them that you were the impetus to make me get the shirts, man. That you were very, very pivotal in getting me to get the shirts done. And I was just thanking you. So other people were too. You're going to make me cry from my penis. So apparently I did a video on the PX4 Storm about a year ago and I didn't realize it. So. Dan Weston Valor. Weird.
Skidamarinky dinky dink. Skidamarinky doo. I like you.
We'll do that later in the year. It's going to be too hot. I don't know if people are going. So I'm going to have my t-shirt guy look at doing my casing couch shirts, Stone. We might do the casing couch shirts this year. Remember that one that was going to be the white Gerson Regard with the 4 black rifles behind it on my couch? We might do that. We might have to make that a doability.
Yes, much more doable. Doable. You're adorable. You're a dork. You're dorkable.
Hey, if I pay for it, I can get 10 times the subscribers. So if I can get over 1 million subscribers by paying for it, would you do it? Would you compromise your integrity and your YouTube chutzpah to buy 10 times the number of viewers? Because I get those emails all the time. They're like, oh, we can get you 100,000 views. Oh, we can do this. $300, we can get you 15,000 subs. I don't know why people would do that. And I can't believe that there's companies that still do that. So 10 times your subscribers, guaranteed results. Let's see. Rapidly grow with guaranteed results, safe, real, and effective. So let's see. Grow your channel with targeted video promotions. Okay. 100% real engagement. Yeah, right. Love the results or get your money back. Let's see. Pricing. Let's see how this company works, dude. And I'm not promoting them. I'm not telling you shit. So if I had a $500 budget, they could get me 17,000 views. So if I spent $5,000, I could get 20,000 subs. So if I spent $10,000, if I spend $10,000, I'll get the same number of views as I already get in a month. 6-inch subs or foot-long subs for $300. Foot-long is bud. Are you a phone calls talking about what we can get more phone calls for my business? Don't really want that. They will be all shit calls. Yeah, exactly, dude. We're going to. So let's see how many they'll give me if I pay them $50. Upwards of 200 subscribers. So I can get paid $400, wear fake titties, and get 300 subscribers, or I can spend $50 to get 200 subscribers. That makes sense. I've been drinking tonight. No, you're fine, dude. Just buy 3 of those subs, man. If you spend $1,000 on Subway right now, then I will know that you should have been, like, in my family. Because that's the kind of shit somebody in my family would do.
$1,000 for $1,000 for subs? Holy shit! They better come with prostitutes. I'm gonna pretend to be drunk now. Considering just eating a slice of jalapenos. I gotta tell you, buddy, if you drink jalapenos, your pee suffers. I should not have done those Jello shots.
I can do the drunk like a motherfucker. Stone, for your thing that I'm going to ship out on Monday, am I sending it to the same place it came from?
I'm a Cajun.
We still need a drunk live. Yeah, well, so do we combine those lives though? Do we do a drunk live with the boobs? As we all know, fun stuff happens when you're drunk. Wonder how much money I've made off that video. Hold on a second. I'm checking out a video I did, and I wound up selling the gun. All right, 1/10 the price of the gun. Yay, that was worth it.
My bottle caps! Dog meat, no!
It's a Fallout reference if you didn't know. I don't know where it came from. I would like you to send it where you normally do. Yeah, same place, dude. I got you. I'll verify on Monday morning when I send it out. Unless I shoot it, and then I'll send it out Tuesday. I might even clean it after I shoot it. It's never been shot, though. Hello, love. Oh, you motherfucker. That's how I can tell. Hold on, guys. Sorry. I'm looking at the serial number off the gun I did a video on. Sorry, we don't have that many people on here anyway, so hold on a second. You have a lot of guns. I got a couple. Charles Whitman in 1966. Okay. Man, if you just pause and go through my videos, they don't make any sense at all. God damn it, Joe. Bigger! Bigger! Vito! Mouse is here! How you doing, Mouse? Still here. God damn it. Oh! Nope. Shit. Can I go higher than, what is it on? 1080. I filmed it in 1440. Did you ever look up the cop whose gun you've got? It wasn't a cop. It was a guy who got his gun taken away, and it was that operator. No, I have not. Took a shot of lemon and a shot of lime juice. That should help me keep up. Dude, you're not supposed to put it in your eyes, though. Ah, there we go. Hold on. I'm not touching it, YouTube. Yep, it's my old gun. He told me I wasn't buying my own gun back, and I did. God damn it. Now I'm angry. Fish, what's up? Took a shot of lemon. We've got a Santa lemon, a motherfucker. Where's my lights? Hold on, don't go away. And yes, I stumble around. I don't have feet. We've talked about this. Yep. My fucking gun. So, Stone, that is the exact same gun that I had last time I was down there. My buddy told me I wasn't buying back my gun and then charged me a lot of money for it. Now I'm angry. I normally don't get taken advantage of like that. Now I'm a little angry. Because I know what I sold it to him for, so I paid him what I paid him, and then I sold it to him for a discount, and then he sold it back to me and made a bunch of money off me. It is the second time it's been on that frame, which I should have noticed because it went together super fucking easy. But yeah, so I was looking, I pulled up the video for Shits and Gigs, and right there is the serial number. Plain as day, easy to read, and it is my old gun. Yep, it's my old gun. I knew it was when I took it apart, when I went to put the optic on it, so it's got a different optic on it than it did in the other video. And when I went to pull the pins out, if you know the system, they use a pin system to put the pins in for holding the optic. All of the pins were in one bag. Yeah. Yeah, I'm going to take a picture of this and send it to him. I'm actually angry. He's never done me dirty before, but he actually did me dirty on this one. Because I told him I wanted to buy one back, and they had one on the wall. I said I wanted to buy one back because I want to sell this chassis system, and I figured if I put a gun in the chassis system, it would make it easier to sell the whole thing. No, it was not. And we know he did this on purpose. I asked him explicitly if it was my old gun, and he told me no. He said, absolutely not. It was not my old gun. Because I gave him a hell of a deal on it when I sold it back to him. So I bought it from a store, from somebody I know. I sold it back when I decided I didn't want to have the gun because I wanted the comped version of the gun to put on the chassis system. And when I asked him if it was my old gun, he told me no. Honestly, he probably didn't know. No, I know he knows. Because he knows his inventory just as well as I know mine. What did Fish say? That sucks. Hopefully he didn't know. Yeah, I don't know. You know, at the end of the day, I should probably just leave it alone. He has given me so many good deals in the past. I think I'm just going to leave it alone. It's not worth getting pissy about a friendship over this gun. No, it was not Liberty. Dude, even if it was Stone, I'm not naming names right now because I don't want to be disrespectful and drop names until I talk to somebody. All Lemon and Line did was make my throat burn. You know what else makes your throat burns? Eating lava. It's not worth pissing off friends over something silly like this. But sometimes petty shit can grate on you. Like it might make you want to stop doing some things, so yeah. So like I said, I'm gonna let it go. I'm gonna let it go. I learned my lesson with Rock Island. There are some things, some fights I should be making, and some fights I'm not going to. I'm running a little bit longer tonight just to make up for the 14 minutes I was late because I overslept. So just please, if you want to stay around for a little bit, I get that. Please go ahead and hit the like. Where do you like the P365 XL? I know it's small for you, but it had a reliable track record. Yes. Keep in mind, if you buy a first generation 1MC, like an early first release, they could have striker issues where they drag on the primer. But they corrected that problem, and since then the guns have been really solid. You know how to handle situations better than I would have handled it. Oh, trust me. Like I said, if I wasn't on a live stream and I noticed this, I probably would call him. I would have called him. So hard times make good men. Yep. Sorry it happened. So yeah, like I said, you know what? I'm gonna give him the benefit of the doubt because over the years I've known this man, he's given me so many good deals over the years that I know for a fact were good deals that it's not worth it. He's too good of a friend to bitch about $100. Seriously, I might just try coffee just so I can stay up for this game. Dude, I'm telling you, cocaine, Brady. Compare a 9mm to 10mm. 9mm and 10mm aren't even in the same class, my friend. 10mm is a much faster, much heavier bullet. So just because they're 1mm apart in number, they are completely different rounds for completely different purposes. You shoot a black bear or a grizzly bear with a 9mm, you're going to piss off a brown bear. You shoot one with a 10mm, that round is going so much faster and it has a much better chance of doing some damage. On the other hand, a friendly betrayal is plus 50 Jiminy lower. I think I'm going to just, like I said, I'll figure out a way to get him back. I'm gonna short sheet his bed. Do you miss the stainless para? Not really, Mouse, because I got a blued one with the original box. So now I have an original box 1345. And here's the best part. Now I can modify it because the finish isn't perfect. So I can re-blue it or I can change the color. So I'm going to take it to the range, and as long as it shoots as good as the stainless one did, I can do things to this one without feeling bad about it. So is there any merit to training with the small snappy gun so a Glock 19 feels like a dream to shoot? No. Shooting a gun that's snappy is not going to make another gun feel better. Learning to shoot a gun that's snappy will just make you be able to handle snappy guns better. So going from like a Smith & Wesson Shield to a 1911, those skills don't really cross apply. Like a snappy 380 versus a big heavy 45, the impulse feel is so different between a snappy round that's supersonic or hypersonic versus, or super duper moopersonic is completely different from a larger gun. So that's why I'm just saying in learning to handle small snappy guns will make you a better shooter, but it's not going to make a particular gun feel better. Do an upper decker in his house. I'm just going to shit myself in his garage while we're working and not mention it. When you've owned 50% of the guns in your state, it's bound to happen sooner or later. You know what? Fair. I can tell you I have found my own guns even in stores I worked at. So when I was working at Middletown, I wasn't there for a day. I used to take a day off during the week, and I came back, and one of my Kimbers had gotten traded in down there, and I wound up buying it. Ideal barrel length for 10mm. 6 inches. Honestly, ideal would be 6 inches. It gives it enough burn time to get going really fast. You can get away with a 5 or a 4-inch gun, but you lose some velocity. But 6 inch will give it a lot more velocity. 1 inch of pushing. Ask your grandmother. 1 inch makes a big difference. Currently run a Glock 30 with a barrel and spring swap. That's a small guy. It's a thick boy, too. I don't like how thick the 30 is. Skeleton did not go on the roller coaster because he didn't have the guts. Lol. Hello. So I want to take pistol lessons. Want to get better at my craft, but how do you find a good teacher, or what do you look for in a teacher? Finding a good teacher is as simple as Google and YouTube. See if they have a YouTube channel. A lot of like trainers, like Middletown Training, and I'm not plugging them because I'm getting shit. I'm literally telling you because Jim Baker is a great shooter. But like Middletown Training does videos to just give you ideas, and then they promote themselves. So try to find somebody that's willing to do videos and stuff, or find Google reviews of their company and then eliminate the best one and the worst one and take the average. I have a DP-12 double barrel shotgun that holds 16 shells. Ooh, baby, me likes. Have you tried putting the short shells in that DP-12s? Because if it holds 16 full size, it'll hold like over 20 short shells. You do need an adapter, I think. 0 recoil and holds a great grip. Well, I'm happy that you like it, my guy. Like I said, it's a big old gun, so if you got big old bear hands, you can arm yourself and be an armed bear. You know, if you do a promo, you have to claim it. Lol, just kidding. Good information as always. If I'm getting some sort of compensation that can be considered monetary, yes. Sponsored videos, 100%. But when I'm offering a shout out for using their range, technically I don't have to, but I should. So when I do like a gun review, and I know you said you're just kidding, but still, I just want to explain how it goes. When I get a gun for the review or a product for the review, I absolutely, in the beginning of the video, before I dive into it, I announce it, and I make sure you understand that it was sent to me for review free of charge. If I pay for something, I'm not required to announce it. If I take a company like Blacksmith to promote something, I have to put in, like on a live stream. Live streams with Blacksmith Safes, because they were sponsor spots, those ones said sponsored on them. You're like 130 pounds soaking wet. Jesus, and you're still rocking a Glock 30? Respect. I don't get it. I can't close the bottle. So, like I said, we're only going to go for another 5 minutes or so. How promotions work with a competitor like OnlyFans? I'm not sure, but when I sign up for that for OnlyFans, I'll let you know. I did look at the Gerson X on RSR, but they don't have any in stock. The Match X, yeah, it's a very limited availability. Like, they didn't even have any at the NRA gun show. So the fact that I have one is actually pretty fucking impressive. 11:30 or bust. All right, I'll go to 11:30. Jeff, you have a good one. Thank you for the dono, dude. I don't know if you were in here when I saw it and I announced it. Thank you. Jeff was a donator, and he knows that when you share money via Cash App, Google doesn't get 30% of it. Thank you, sir. What do you think of 100-round drum magazines? Have you ever loaded a 100-round drum mag? That's my downside to them. Also, do you know who winds up shooting a 100-round drum mag when you own a 100-round drum mag? Everybody else but you. And you know how many of those people will load your 100-round drum mag? Nobody but you. So I'm very, what's the right word? Reasonably minded or reasonability minded. If they're willing to load the mags and stuff themselves, I'm fine with it. I like them. I think they're fun. I've shot a few big drum mags, but yeah, no, loading it's a bitch. Glad you're okay from the trip, and thanks for keeping an eye out for the curio. Good stream. Thank you, Mouse. I appreciate that. Tell Mrs. Mouse I said hi. Funny enough, the drive down, I was really tired because I've been spending weeks with the store, getting it ready, putting inventory in, putting things on the line and stuff. So I was dead tired. I left here at a little bit after 8 p.m., started the drive, stopped after 2 hours, relaxed, passed out for about 2 hours, woke up, drove all the way down into Tennessee the way it took me for some reason. I think, it took me through Tennessee. I stopped at a rest stop there and I slept for 8 freaking hours. Also, I had the Navigator, so I literally laid down all the seats and just put a blanket in the back. So I literally had a bed in the back of the Navigator. Literally, I passed out for 8 hours. We'll do. We're about to watch Game of Thrones. Good stream. See you Monday. All right. Enjoy the Game of Thrones. Apparently, there's a Starbucks cup in one of the videos. Sorry, I didn't mean to spoil it for you. I got my red dot on my pistol to about an 8-inch group at 10 yards. It's no longer stressing me out. How stacked do the holes have to be before you call it zeroed? So if you're zeroing it from a rest and you're at 10 yards, I'm hoping you mean a inch group at 10 yards. 8-inch group at 10 yards is pretty wide. That's, I mean, ask your mom. That's about 8 inches. In the final season, it was a funny thing. In one of the scenes, there's literally a Starbucks cup. They got called out for it. Can't do it. I'm going to bed. Brady, thank you, dude. I'm off in a little bit. But when you're zeroing it, honestly, it's got to be where you feel comfortable. So think about a target, right? You think about someone like me. So 1 inch, I can't pull out my penis, but 1 inch is about that much, right? So if you can put everything in like a hand size, that is comfortable for concealed carry. Okay. But at 10 yards, you should be able to get them close to touching. Pretty solid. I can show you something I made last night. Sweet. Send it on. Sorry, cats. Didn't realize you were still there. It was a joke. I wore fake boobies earlier. Come on. Give me a break. It's probably more like hand size. So yeah, I mean, if you're doing that from 10 yards with the red dot, that is close enough. As long as you're aiming in the middle of that grouping, you can accept that. I would say that at 10 yards, you kind of want to have it down kind of like, and I'm not doing that for a slug bunny. You kind of want to have a grouping that's about 1 inch to 2 inches at 10 yards at the most for concealed carry. So just keep that in mind. But again, that's for people that are precision shooters. If you're not a precision shooter, you don't have to worry about it. Oh, that's awesome, dude. Dude, 3D printers are getting so crazy with their precision, man. That's awesome, dude. Yeah. Practice is what you need. Exactly. And I know I'm cracking up. Oh, gotcha. Made them out of PETG. Yeah, that's awesome. Oh, let me show you something. I made a video on it, but I didn't really show everybody before you guys go. Really quick. Did you know that if you use Sharpie on black PETG, it turns it bronze color? So it's kind of hard to see. Hold on, let me grab my light. So I ordered these grips off of eBay, and they were damaged. He did horizontal lines in the cast when he did the 3D print, so it cracked when I put it on the gun. So I literally tried blacking it out after I sanded it down using a black Sharpie, and it turned it bronze color. And I really kind of dig that color. Isn't that cool? Yeah, if you can do a Lincoln logo, that'd be cool. You have awesome humor. Thank you, cats. I'm sorry, I just wanted to make sure that I'm not offending you when I do this stuff. Yeah. Let's see. 44%. She is not charging tonight because I've been using it for the live stream. But yeah. It's a third time with the red dot. Dude, don't feel bad that your grouping is a hand size at 10 yards. All that is going to do is shrink over time. Like I said, for you're doing it, as long as it's legal. Yeah, that's awesome. Like I was saying, MC, back to you, dude. If you start there and you're aiming here and all the shots are in the same general area, for a self-defense, like 10 yards in, go for it. But again, you're going to want to learn, you're going to want to practice more and tighten that up over time if you can. Dude, I'm very vertical when I shoot. So like I'll have a group that's red dot, like touching, but they're vertical when I go fast. I have AR, shotguns, and handguns. What closet gun cases do you like? There's a lot of gun lockers if your weight is an issue, like the weight of the gun cabinet or where you're putting it. So a gun cabinet, I've got a couple of those. But when you're talking about like gun cases, I'd probably get like a long-standing Pelican. Because if you have a long Pelican, you can put rifle, shotgun, pistol, ammos, mags in that same case and just stand it up and then wheel it around. McManus wants some, so I'm going to send them to him. Hold on a second. I'm logging into Discord before I let you guys go. God damn you. Wait. Justin responded saying that I was live, and then he dipped. Oh, got it. I became a member at my range. Practice is going to be priority. What about, who was talking about Liberty? You mean not Liberty Safe. Liberty Arms is my buddy's gun store. Thoughts on lasers on handguns? I don't see the point. The only reason that I would have like a light laser combo on a gun is just because it fits and, gives you somewhere to put your hand. Lights and lasers just don't make a lot of sense to me. They're not as accurate as red dots. They're under the front of the gun. They can get damaged a lot easier than an optic. Yeah, now that I have the range 1 day a week where I can just go and shoot whenever I want, dude, I am so down for that shiz. Well, that sounds like either your butthole got wider or your dinner got better. I'd rather have a bazooka on mine. My bad. Yes, Liberty Safe. Darn traders folding under zero pressure. Yep, I don't want to. What are you talking about? I updated my billing. Oh, yeah, they're fine. Oh, hell no. What'd I say? Oh, gotcha. I was talking about your butthole. Hope you don't ever have to live in Colorado. They done went nuts on 2A. So that's actually an interesting 2000. Well, I'm going to call you because I can't pronounce the rest of it. I literally can live anywhere at any time for any reason. I don't give a shite. If I wanted to up and move to Colorado just to mess with people, I'd do it. But I'm also not the kind of person that gets tied down because of family or issues or things like that. So I moved here in 2011. I lived in Minnesota. My dad had a house down here, so I moved down here. I was needing to heal because I just had one of my toes taken off, and I was healing. I couldn't sell cars up there anymore, so I came down here. He wound up moving up north, so I took over his house. I did that for a few years. I was perfectly fine literally having nobody around me. I had no friends when I lived here for like 4 years. Like when I had to have an amputation done to my left foot, I literally drove to the hospital in my manual transmission Mustang, had my foot cut off, and drove that car home 2 days later with no left foot for the clutch. Lasers should only go on Glocks, and Glocks should only go in the trash. Gotta go. Good stream. Make sure you guys double tap. All right, Mouse. Thank you. But yeah, so like I said, I am perfectly fine anywhere I am. Wherever I am is where the goddamn party is. So, yeah, when my family found out that number one, I didn't tell anybody that I had the fucking amputation. I didn't tell anybody it was coming. So what happened is, I'll tell you the snowstorm story too. So they cut off part of my foot. They cut off the front half of my left foot. I drove home, and the next time my parents visited me down here, they asked me why I was limping, and I told them they cut off half of my foot. And they looked at me like I was stupid. I didn't tell them when my appendix almost burst. I didn't tell them when I wound up calling my dad after they resuscitated me. They stopped my blood loss, gave me 3 blood transfusions, and got me going again. Then I finally called my dad and told him that I killed myself. So I don't tell people things. I'm very, very personal and individual. Like if all of you decided to stop talking to me for the rest of my life, Orion, pay the price. What did Orion want me to do? What did Orion say? Oh, show the boobies. Go back to go back to I'd say if you want the best shot of the boobies, go back 1 hour and 44 minutes. Shit. No, but the titties are always an option. So it's just like anything else in life. Boobies are always an option. So if you want to see me wearing boobies, it's $100 an hour. That's my OnlyFans thing. Also, dead nut serious. I know this is a silly thing to say. If I were to do an OnlyFans stream just so I could manipulate firearms, would you guys come along and watch? Damn, brother, life is worth living. Glad to have you here. Keep us company. Thank you, man. And that's how I got into guns. And that's how Stonehaven has half of his guns. If I had died, he'd still be looking. Just saying. All right, guys. I know that's a weird way to end it, but thank you guys so much. It's late. It's not my normal day, which is why everything is... yeah, I read cheesy, too. It's not my normal day for live streaming, but thank you guys for coming anyways. I appreciate that. I need to get some sleep. Yeah, you'd watch. Dude, no, I wouldn't go to OnlyFans, honest. That's fine. Thank you for not dies. Yeah. To the world, you may be only one person, but to one person, you may be the world. And yeah, so I promised my parents, number one, because it didn't work. So, yeah, I don't ever want to see myself go through that again. Explain to my wife that it's not for guns, for hoes, but for guns. So MC's wife, it is for hoes, but I'm the hoe. I wear fake boobies when people pay me to, but what I actually want to do is play with the guns on live stream. I can't do it on YouTube. I can do it on like OnlyFans or Facebook. Facebook would be a little bit too hard to get going. So I may do it there for fun. Also, I get to wear fake boobies. You have a good night, man. Can't wait to see Monday's live. Yeah, no kidding, guy. Thank you. Thank you for the chocolate, dude. Like I said, it melted a little bit, but dude, that stuff is amazing. Joe the Ho. Nope, I told you. The channel's called Fake Boobs, Real Guns. Or if I have suppressors in the video, it'll be Fake Cans, Real Cans. She's asking if you have a thong. Yes. You asked. Somebody sent me an entire corset thong set. I seen his feet. He's not BSing about this. So that's one of my stumps, and as you can see, it's not a big stump. So, all right, guys, come back for Monday's video. We'll see what happens. We'll have fun. I want to get a platypus. If you guys want to, I'll set a goal. If we get the money raised to get me a platypus within a month, I'll order a platypus. I know that's a very self-serving goal, but it's YouTube. I'll let you guys pick the serial number and shoot it. Ah, you had to call a tow truck. Oh, on that one, I'm gonna hit the X. Dude, I'm actually coughing right now. If we can get Selma Hayek, we will. Dude, you know Selma? All right. Screw it. I can't just give up. We're all done, Brady, but enjoy your hockey game. Balance of the gods. Dude, I have zero balance. I fall over so much, and it pisses off my doctors because they always ask if you've had any falls in the last year, and I'm like, yeah, like 30. Still. All right, guys. You guys have a good one, okay? I'm going to dip out. Love you guys.